Hello, I'm Rich, and this is me playing tabletop RPGs with awesome people. This is part of the Gauntlet community. The Gauntlet community is an online and meet space grouping of friends and aficionados and fanatics of small press and OSR tabletop role playing games. We play over Hangouts until Google decides to take that away from us as well, and then we'll find something else. But my hope is that maybe they'll be too busy coming out with a 6th and 7th messaging app in 2019 to get rid of Hangouts. This is the 4th of 4 sessions of the Bat Hack Championship Series, which is a little bit of a misnomer because last session they won the consolation bracket of the series. And the other thing that's a little bit of a lie is, honestly, if I were a pro team and I could call up JJ Hawk's 18 speed, he would be called up in September. So, but he's not for some reason. Obviously, you're blocked. You've got a terrible agent or something, JJ, because you're still here. This is so the tournament has ended, and something has happened between your owner, Neil Galbraith, and we're going to go with sorry, I almost chose a name that was another player character. We'll go with Bronwyn Townsend. And I should have thought of a name of one of the signature characters from Pathfinder, but I don't have any of those memorized. Anybody know any of the names of Pathfinder's signature characters? It's extra points at the end of the game if you know. No? All right. So it's Bronwyn Townsend, who is the owner of the Galarian Pathfinders minor league team, who did, by the way, win the tournament. So this is a game for charity. Oh, look at this. Iconic characters. That's the term. Jim is the bomb. I've heard that Jim likes games. That's what I've heard. Is that Jim likes games.
Scurrilous rumor.
Scurrilous rumor, not at all. Yeah, we got to take one of these names. The iconic alchemist is named Damiel. That is a weird honking name. That's it. He's a handsome elvish man, and the art for him, like all Pathfinder iconics, is amazing, and with all kinds of people bobs. It's like oh shoot, the guy who did Cable, artist who created Cable, and Deadpool, who's I've forgotten now.
Rob Liefeld.
It's like Rob Liefeld, but the pouches, but with feet, and the pouches are cooler.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now it is Damiel Townsend, because that amuses me. Thank you very much for that little bit of internet research. And he made a bet for $1 against Neil Galbraith. And you guys, those of you who weren't called up, again, sorry, JJ, have been invited to Galarian, which is a nicer city than Gauntlet City. It's this shining metropolis somewhere in the Midwest. And Galarian has this like brand new stadium. It's gorgeous. He's just kind of took the shrink wrap off the sucker. It's on its second year. It's right on a beautiful bay, and you can see the seagulls fly by. It's on one of the Great Lakes, right? So it's like a Chicago-y type city Galarian is. Shining spires, huge. Everything's overpriced. And it's all kinds of supplements different areas you can go to in Galarian. And so this is a tournament it's a single game for charity to determine the Midwest Cup championship. Now, you guys have a feeling that even if you win, you're probably not getting the actual cup, but this is for pride, and it's for $1. So that is the setup. As you guys get your final bus trip of the season, a few hours in the early morning and you arrive in Galarian. You've got a couple hours to kill in town in Galarian before you have to report. You guys first arrive. So I'm curious. First of all, let's real quick remind ourselves of our characters, because that's always fun to hear you guys talk about your characters. So just give me a sentence or two. We will start with Walter. Please remind us about your character.
All right. I'm not on mute anymore. My character is David Williams. David is young. He's hungry. He doesn't have any particularly outstanding special talents, but he's got a lot of grit. He's got a lot of heart, and he loves the challenge of seeing how far he can make it. Can he make it all the way to the big leagues? He is to help him here. He's staying with a wonderful host family. His host family is Juanita, and I'm blanking right now on who his host family is.
Oh, Juanita and
name
Eddie?
is Eddie and Juanita. Yes, and he's staying at their place for the season to help him with his ambitions. He's playing third base.
Nice. And I think we didn't officially announce it, but I do believe that in the aftermath of the win of the consolation round of the tournament, that amazing grand slam in the bottom of the 8th, that you won player of the game there, David. So
wow.
Yeah, you front page
super excited.
Front page of the Gauntlet news gazetteer there.
Oh, I definitely mailed that home. My parents were really happy to see that. Yeah, feeling great about that.
Nice. Cool. Thank you so much, Walter. Keith, please remind us about your character.
JJ Hawk is leveraging his one viable skill into a baseball career. He is a speed demon, uses it on the base paths and in center field. Likes to run with his legs, likes to run his mouth as well, especially trash talking opposing catchers and first basemen that try to hold him on. He's all about the competition. He wants to test his best skill against your best skill and see who comes out on top. And he's pretty excited to have an excuse to be here in Galarian.
Nice. Thank you. Jim, please remind us of your character.
My character is right fielder Stash Molnowski. He hangs out there and is, I think, probably to some extent the kind of like good-natured straight man to JJ's cut up. Sometimes like Stash is I guess if he does funny stuff, it's more like physical comedy and things like that. While, you know, JJ runs his mouth, but basically Stash is the guy that they call him Ski, and he is the guy that everybody likes. He is really happy to be here. He thinks it's an honor and a privilege to be getting paid to play ball. And he is always poking his nose into like people's interviews to give them a lift, to give them some cheap heat and stuff like this. And kind of, you know, if we were wrestlers, he's definitely a face. And he's a decent ball player. You know, he hits the ball all right, he fields all right, he throws all right, but he is very popular with the fans and gets along well with everyone. You know, mechanically, his highest stat is likability. He's got a 17 in likability, but you know, like 12s and 13s in most of the other stuff. He's definitely a go along, get along kind of guy. He is not interested in being a leader or a coach or telling anybody what to do. He wants to contribute and and promote the game.
Awesome. That is fantastic. So let's see. You guys arrive in Galarian. I am curious, Ski, is this thing where your whole family is able to get away, or certain select members, or nobody? What do you think?
No, I think this is just me because everybody's home taking care of Dad.
That's true. Yeah, as a reminder, this was very stressful in that one big all the beans game.
My dad had a coronary scare.
Yeah, he did.
But called me from the hospital at the end of the game to tell me, or actually in the middle of the game, just before my on-bat, to tell me everything was going to be okay. And then I came up to the plate and knocked in a couple of runs. So that was kind of cool. I think that was when I got my double, was right before he called. So, or right after he called. But so, yeah, so no, the fam is at home, taking care of him, and, they've got to have like they've got to change up all the sets so that they don't have to cancel gigs and all this kind of stuff and everything. So there's a lot of like scrambling to fill in for him, but also make sure he's okay. And, you know, he's going to be doted over and, you know, kind of like provided, you know, Ma will be like hovering over him until he gets completely annoyed with her and stuff like that. So
nice. That's adorable. I can totally see that setup. Now, the one thing about your team, unfortunately, Greg Littlebird was called up. So Tim Lynch is now your starting first baseman for this it's not preseason, like this charity game. I'll just go with charity game. There's another word I wanted to use, but I can't think of it. So we'll just go with charity game. And let's see, we are missing, so I bounce things around there to juggle up the order. We've got shortstop, second baseman. That's what we need. I knew Hoyjum Park needs to get in this lineup. And there he is, batting seventh. All right. So you guys arrive in Galarian. Gorgeous place. It's an evening game, and the Damiel Townsend, the owner of the Pathfinders, in order to entice your owner, who isn't a cheapskate, but still, you know, having to travel means he doesn't get the proceeds. Galbraith was tempted, so you guys actually get a hotel on the Galarian dime. It is a nice hotel downtown, walking distance from the stadium. There are a number, like as you kind of, we see you guys getting off the Goblins bus, and there's like the big picture of the Gauntlet City Goblins with that trucker hat that has the gauntlet on the front of it, and you guys have out your duffels with your bags and everything. You're carrying everything in. You get to check into the hotel. It's a big, huge, spacious lobby as you guys all come in street clothes. And then not long after, you guys, again, remember, we're kind of going that yesteryear. So this is one of those, like, a couple of the players have never seen hotel rooms that have key cards. And so there's a little, like there's some business with people, like, trying to figure out, do you just hold it up, or do you have to stick it in the thing? How long do you stick it in the thing? Is Ski one of those that has a trouble? I saw you starting to mute.
Like I think it like if you've the early ones, if you didn't use them, there was like you had to do it at exactly the right speed. You had to like put it in and then pull it out. And if you did it too fast, it didn't work. And if you left it in for too long, it didn't work. And there was a lot of like click ka-chunk. Okay, click ka-chunk. No. And like 4 people would be hovering around you going, no, you got to slide it, leave it in just for a second, then pull it out, and then the green light will click. Okay, so the green light clicked. So now ka-chunk. No, you waited too long. Like,
you got to turn the lights on. You got to, while it's green,
exactly.
Not afterwards.
Yeah. Like I kind of love that, like a little comedy routine going on.
Come on, man, get the door open. I want to go to the spa before the game.
So I'm curious, JJ, do you end up rooming with Hoyjum Park or the bus? Who ends up in your room?
Wow, yeah, I guess
choose.
Gets split up. Also, Devin is our 4th roommate.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
He would have made the trip, right? He's not getting called up or anything.
Oh no, he did not get called up.
If I had to pick, I'm picking Hoijun Park because he is not a snorer and sharing a small room with the bus. He's not just called the bus because he's big. He's got quite a high level of exhaust.
Nice. So yeah, Hoijun Park is your roomie, and Devin ends up with the bus, I think, unless who does David end up rooming with? Is anybody you want to snag off of your starting rotation or the starting betting order there?
Yeah, it's a good question. David might end up with the bus,
I like that.
Who else is Gosuke is also possibly needs a roommate, but I think the bus sounds good.
Awesome, love it. And then what about
Ski? That'll be.
Oh, what about Ski? You know what? Did Little Bird come?
Little Bird got called up. He did not make the trip.
Okay, so he's not here on the trip with us. Okay, all right. So let me take a look at our roster here.
Yeah, if you check in game time, you've got Gosuke, Terrence, Tim Lynch, Brick DeVore, who, if you remember, he's kind of the older catcher who's actually had a cup of coffee or two and is working on a bum knee and trying to work his way back.
I think probably Brick.
Sounds good.
Because I don't know I suspect that Brick is not going to be out like crazy late partying and stuff like that and everything.
No, he's pretty boring.
Yeah, and so Ski wants a low key roommate. So
sweet, yeah. Just like JJ said, Bus and Hoijun are both thinking about heading to the sauna, but Devin really wants to go out. He wants to hit the town, and he has talked Gosuke into going out and trying to hit a couple bars, not to get drunk, but just enjoy some food. Oh, I got it. Here we go. So there's a knock at your door, David, as Gosuke and Devin are there, and they ask Bus, and he's like, "Nah, man, nah." They say, "Hey, we're going. There's a Hooters a block away. Come on, David, you want to come with us?"
Oh, how late is it? I'm checking the time. I gotta make sure I get some sleep in here.
It's like you guys arrive in the morning, so by the time you get all checked in and everything, it's like 11 o'clock. You have to be at the field at 3 o'clock because first pitch is like 7:05.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's go grab a bite.
Nice. So yeah, Gosuke and Devin are real excited that you're coming along. Like, oh man, we got the player of the game. Devin said excitedly. And as Hoijun Park is actually changing into his swim trunks to go to the sauna, there's a knock at your door, JJ, and it is David, Gosuke, and Devin.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. I'm wearing the plush hotel bathrobe.
It's got the little moniker.
Hey, JJ, looking stylish.
Thank you for noticing. What can I help you with?
We're heading out for a bite to eat. We're gonna go to the bar down the street. There's a Hooters here.
But you could get room service.
Yeah, but room service won't have Hooters girls delivering it, Devin says excitedly. Gosuke says, I've never been to a Hooters.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right. You should just wear the robe. It's very becoming.
That was my
Tell him it's your smoking jacket.
I think maybe we're gonna say that the hotel is called the Galarian Estates. Does that sound good? Like nice and posh hotel-y. Cool. There'll be Brick has already got his knee on ice and elevated on a pillow, and he's used the remote to turn on the TV, and he's just kind of flipping channels when there's a knock at your door, Ski.
Okay. I answer the door.
Cool. It's JJ in a robe, and Devin and David and Gosuke all like standing in the hall.
All right.
Are you wearing a robe, Ski, or no?
No, I think I'm I'm in like whatever, like jeans and I'm in jeans and a bowling shirt. I'm a Polish dude, so I've got a bowling shirt on. Like a fairly decent bowling shirt, but like that bowling shirt cut.
Same street clothes that you rode the bus in, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Did you not see that there's robes in the closet? Feel this. Feel how nice this is.
And and I kind of like, that is nice. I mean, did you come by because you wanted mine?
We're going to Hooters, Devin declares, and Gosuke says they have very good wings, I've heard.
Yeah, and the surf and turf is great. Celebrate being on the bay here. Lovely Galarian.
I will try anything once, and someone is going to need to make sure that you, yahoos, get home. Yes, thank you for asking me to be your chaperone.
All right.
Do you want to put on the robe first, or?
I mean,
it's going to be kind of weird if I'm the only one. He just nods. Yes, that is good.
You're not wrong, brother.
So then we see like a musical montage. You guys getting on the elevator, 5 guys getting on the elevator together. Stops, a couple folks get on there, like a guy in a suit, a girl in a nice dress with pearls, and they look at you guys. They look at JJ. They look at you, and then they try to look away, like they don't want to. This is weird for them. Then there's a thing of you guys heading across the lobby out to the street.
Oh, no. Ooh. I walk up to the desk and smile at the gal that checked us in and ask her about the hotel shuttle and whether they can just run us over to the restaurant.
Ooh, give me a likability roll. See if you can pull off this little bit of extra goodness.
Roll for your party says. Yeah, why pay for a cab when we've got this fancy we're staying in the fancy hotel here, so let's see what we got. Boom. No! I rolled an 18.
Oh my. And so the girl with like platinum blonde hair, very attractive, her name is Maricel. She says, I'm sorry, the shuttles are only designated for particular areas so that we can make sure that we have people. And she like starts going, she has a little brochure, and then she just goes through trying to explain, but she's not budging at all. I can call you a cab though. And she picks up a phone, but then you guys have to pay for it. And Gosuke's like, I can't afford a cab.
And I'm like, what? But I like shrug, like, but we're going to the restaurant. And I go and I just nod and say, yeah, please call if they've got something big enough to fit all of us, then please, yeah.
Gosuke seems to get nervous, and Devin says, "We can go split skis, man. It's cool. And so she'll call you guys a cab.
Okay.
And the cab will arrive in moments. You're downtown. There are tons of them, so one will just circle around and pick you guys up. We'll say that you. Well, there's 5 of you, so you probably don't want to ride in a regular cab. I don't think 5 of you guys could squeeze in. But we'll just say that like they've got also some vans.
Yeah, whatever. They got like a minivan or something like that.
So, like a Ford Aerostar type deal. Yeah. It comes around, picks you guys up, and then before you know it, you see the big owl of the Hooters sign, and it's literally like a block and a half. You could have walked there, but hey, you guys are living high on the hog. Big charity game. And Gosuke starts pulling out, and he's got mostly singles. And his pocket change to pay his part. And you guys have to settle up with the cab driver, and then you head in. And this Hooters it's huge. It's made for the business crowd. You guys are here. It's like right at when things are starting to get hot and heavy as far as business, right? And you have that heavy smell of the spicy wings. So this kind of thing almost makes, if you're not used to it, it's like a little bit of a sting to your eyes. And there are lots of high tops and booths. So David, where do you guys end up seated, the five of you guys? You guys get a high top table at the bar, you're at the booths. What do you think?
Yeah, we're gonna put a high top table. Yeah, we'll all be sitting around on the high chairs. Nice.
And I think that both Devin and Gosuke have like goblin hats on because they're in enemy territory and they're showing off. Very excited. Devin, by the way, is like the youngest member of the team. I think he's like 19. Gosuke doesn't talk about his age. But maybe he's around the same age. We're not sure. Before long, a girl comes by to her name is Reiko, Reiko. She's your waitress. I'll stick her in the people thing. And she immediately, JJ, she goes over and rubs her hand on your shoulder, like, oh wow, this is so cool.
It's a really nice robe, right?
Right. This is very swank. Hey guys, welcome to Hooters, and she goes through her normal spiel, and points out some stuff on the menu. Should I start you guys off with a pitcher, some domestic?
Oh no, nothing, no alcohol for me. I'll have an Arnold Palmer.
Oh, sure. And she looks at you, Ski, like you're the drinker or something.
I'll I'll nod for her to give me a glass.
Cool. All right. So it looks like nobody's drinking. She passes on that. You guys, when the appetizer, she takes orders and she walks away for a bit. Gosuke is like, this is crazy, man. I mean, there are a lot of girls in here.
They work here.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Hooter shirts. I'm not stupid.
There are a lot of customers, so there's a lot of waitresses.
There's a bunch of people are queuing up now. A lot of them in suits and the like. It's downtown, so there's a lot of business folks coming here for lunch. It starts getting a little bit louder. There's a few games on the television. There are a couple of day games that are going on with the pros, right? And as soon as flips the channel and the Cubs are playing, you can see Wrigley Field, and Devin's just glued.
Oh, what is our major league team? Do we have?
I don't know. What major league team do you want?
The Diamondbacks.
All right, cool. So why not? Arizona Diamondbacks.
I'm just curious because I want to see if we can see Little Bird in a game.
Oh shit! Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll keep that in mind. We'll say it's Diamondbacks against the Cubbies, and it's a home game in Wrigley Field, and we've got not Skip Carey, but a Skip Carey-like voice doing it because that makes me happy. Harry Carey, sorry, Skip Carey still. He's the Braves. What the hell am I saying? Anyway, I had a buddy who did a really terrible Harry Carey impression, but it always made me laugh. Because he thought he was doing Harry Carey, and it just made me laugh anyway. It's cool. So for long, you guys, we kind of jump a little bit of time. You've got your Arnold Palmers and your wings, or if you got shrimp or surf and turf, all this stuff kind of piled up. And Reiko's coming around and checking to see if anybody needs any refills. And she's real chatty and real touchy, does the whole kind of rub your shoulders or back type thing as she talks, and she leans over a lot. It's, it's playful. It's Hooters. I'm assuming you've been there. That's how it goes.
Hey, Devin, I think our waitress is into you, man. Give him a little nudge in the ribs.
Devin's like, And I imagine Devin is young, and I think maybe he buys this, but let's see if he really buys into it. You try to convince him of something, so give me a leadership role to see if you really like whole hog into this.
Let's see. All right. So we need a relatively low one for that.
No challenge rating on it.
Oh, yeah. I got a 5, so he's
nasty. Now, you got a 5. Oh, it's not 10 under, but it's still definitely a hit. It's like, you really think
I'm
so?
not that good at leadership now.
Yeah, no. If you had a 15, that'd been sweet. He says, you really think so, man? Like, should I try to get her number? Or like, should I ask her like to go to the like should we, I don't know, what do I do?
You should definitely invite her to the game. Although I'm guessing we don't have any comp tickets. Like, that doesn't seem like a thing we would get.
No, he says, oh yeah, but like I could Rakoff got her name. I'll just put in a will call. I'll buy some tickets on our way in. And they can't be sold out, right? It's just a charity game. You think they're sold out, David?
Oh, no, they're not sold out. But yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
Because he's like, you're going to give that girl a ticket? Oh, man, this is a terrible idea. Dev's like, no, JJ's got my back. He's my wingman. She likes me. And the only way I'm ever going to get to see her is if she comes to the gate. Because he's like, oh, what a waste of money. Stupid waste of money.
I'm just looking forward to seeing someone go 3 for 3, but still strike out.
It busts up the group, and then Reka comes around and she starts picking up some plates and stuff. And then
the funniest part of that is thinking Devin would go 3 for 3.
He's riding the pine right now, which I just realized that Gosuke and Hoijin Park, like, they both play second base, so they probably like a little bit of a battery. There's probably some competition between those guys. Or not Gosuke, I'm sorry, Devin and Hoijin Park are both second basemen, so there's probably a little bit of a competition between the two of those guys, but they're still roomies, they're still friends.
So since I realized that Devin believes me a little bit more than I thought he was going to, I'm going to try to play him up a little bit when Reiko comes around and be like, oh, do you think they're going to – because I don't know if we've mentioned we're ball players. Obviously, I'm not sure if we were that kind of group. Like, so we're just here before our baseball game that we play in later.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, that was brought up.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, I think that was brought up at some point by either Gosuke or by Devin.
In that case, I'll lie for him and be like, so you think you're going to hit another home run today?
And there's a pause, and Gosuke has like a mouthful of fries, and he looks over like, who is he talking to? And he looks to David, right? And then it's obvious that you're talking to Devin, and Devin's like, yeah, of course. Sure. Why not? Another dinger? No, it's no. It's
That's
no
our man,
good.
MVP.
It just rolls off his tongue, doesn't it?
And Reiko's like picking up the plates. It's like, you guys need any more fries? And then Devin's like, hey, Reiko, you should come to the game. And she's like, oh, well, I don't have tickets. And then she starts to walk away, and then Devin gets up to walk after her. Do you guys do anything, or just let this happen? All right. Gosuke's like, you're the worst. You're the worst, JJ.
Yeah,
he's not starting. This is a bad idea. And I am going to let you guys roll the team usage die to see if he strikes out or not. Yeah, so here's what we're doing. We will use the team usage die. So you need a 4 or better for her to accept. Who wants to be the roller?
I think that's Keith's.
What are we rolling for that? Is it 6?
Yeah, it's a D6. I reset it to the default of the D6.
All right. So we want to go higher on this one.
You definitely want high.
6?
What? Oh, that's sweet. So there's a little bit of chat, and then she like is nodding, and then she smiles, and he comes back and he sits down. Like he does the thing where like he swaps the chair around, and he sits down on it backwards, and he like flips his hat around, and he says, "Guess who is coming to see us play?" It'll be Reiko. She's coming. She's coming to the game.
Nice. Give him a rib. A home run. Way to go.
I'm not even starting, man. Do you think there's any way I could like start? It's just a. You think Hoy would sit, man? Maybe I could talk to Hoy and he could pretend he's injured. What do you think, JJ? Ski?
Yeah, you should definitely talk to Hoy about that. He doesn't have any kind of insane work ethic.
Well, though, it is a charity game.
Oh, and charity begins at home.
Appeal to, I would say, appeal to his sense of pity. That's what you want to do.
Pity. Okay. I'm gonna need to leave earlier. Like I'm gonna walk back. I want to walk to the stadium, or like I'm gonna get a ride to the stadium and get the best tickets they have. Ticket, best ticket. Should I get 2 tickets? JJ, should I get 2 tickets in case she needs a +1? But then
if she wants to bring a date or something like that?
Oh, God, that's terrible. It's the worst idea. It's a single. Yep, a single.
Yeah, just one.
Didn't you ask her to bring her girlfriend with her? So that there's like, a couple cute ones?
I'm not sure what I said. But she said, yes, she'd love to go. And I said, we'll call. And the rest is kind of a blank. She is so pretty. I'm gonna, and he pulls out and he like drops a 20 on the table. That should take care of my part. I'm gonna get a cab now so I can get the best. And I'm gonna, and then I'll talk to appeal for pity with Hoy. It's not gonna work out, but maybe, I don't know, I could Nancy Kerrigan him or something. And he laughs because he wouldn't do that. You guys know Devin wouldn't do that. So, and then he takes off.
Where did he get a 20 from?
Ooh. Well, Rico earned her tip. Good for her.
Wait, no, we're gonna split some of the others. Kosuke says, like we could split the extra and still leave her $1 or $2. That's good. It's a good tip.
No, that's his share plus the tip he left. We're not going to screw him over just because he's not here.
Yeah, we screw him over when he is here.
Okay.
Although, really, I didn't think that was going to turn out that way.
Kosuke just shakes his head. And then Reika comes back and she says, you guys all done? That's cool. Here's your ticket. Did you guys need me to split the ticket? Where's Devin? Did he need to go to the bathroom or? Oh,
he wanted to get some more BP in. He's a tireless worker on the field.
Kosuke's reaching over and grabbing some of the leftover fries from Devin's plate. He's a beast in the cage. And she's like, oh, cool. Great. Did you guys want me to split this ticket then? That's no problem.
Yeah, that sounds great. Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, I'll take care of that. And she brushes by your robe one more time and just laughs like, oh, that feels so nice. And then eventually she'll come back with all the split up ticket and you guys can settle up. And Kosuke says, we should stay here and watch the rest of the game.
Check the time. How close are we getting?
It's like 12:45. You've got a couple hours plus. And as you guys are thinking about it and like, settling everything up, all of a sudden Kosuke screams out, he's like, look, there's bird.
Whoa!
And the camera's like going down the dugout, right? It's one of those shots of the D-backs, and you see down at the end, like right near the pitching coach, is Little Bird, and he's just sitting there. His brand new Diamondbacks uniforms, crisp and clean, no dirt on it whatsoever.
Number 78.
Yeah, he's like way up there, the high 70s, 78. Exactly. We'll just go 78. I love that. That is totally the rookie number. No one has ever retired the number 78 on any team ever. And Gusuke says, yeah, let's stay. I'm going to stay. Because what if Bird bats and we got to pull for him?
All right. We can hang out for a little bit.
Cool. How long do you guys want to go? It's like 5th inning in the game, maybe something like that. I mean, the timing's a little bit off, but if you want to stay through the whole game, is that how long you would stay, just sitting there drinking refills? And
I'm having I had like one beer that I nursed through the meal, and then I'm done.
Cool.
So if everybody else wants to get hammered, that's great. I can laugh along and have fun with drunk people when I'm not drunk myself, because someone needs to make sure we get into a cab and everybody gets back to their room and all that kind of stuff. So
I don't think anybody else had any alcohol, actually.
Yeah, I think you're the only one who drank. Like, Gusuke isn't even, like, he's never asked for alcohol, so you're not sure if he would be able to get it. But
okay.
Cool. So, yeah, you guys mill around. The few times Reiko comes around, asks you guys anything more, it's pretty obvious, like, you're overstaying your welcome. There's like a long line of business folks who are having to wait before they can get a table. Several tables change over in the time you guys are watching the game. And then
I'm just getting my free Arnold Palmer refills.
The top of the 8th, it's like 1:45 in the top of the 8th, and it's obvious the pitcher for the D-backs is done, and then all of a sudden Little Bird comes up in the on-deck circle, and Gosuke jumps up, and he's like, that's our guy! That's our guy! And people are looking at him like what? And he watches the rest of the inning standing up.
David's excited. David stands up too. David's like, Bird.
Go. Yeah, Gosuke follows that.
I mean, if there's a chant, how can you not chant?
So yeah, I just love the idea of the team plus JJ in the robe. You guys are all rooting for Little Bird as he comes up to bat, and of course the not Harry Carey is talking about his dad and all of his dad's accomplished. Starts rattling off stats and talks about that one game when he single-handedly beat the Cubbies. There's nobody on. There's 2 outs, and Little Bird comes up to bat. And he lasts 3 pitches, sees a couple of good pitches, has a good solid swing, and on the 4th pitch, he makes connection, and it is a long fly ball, but it's snagged by the right fielder and tossed in. So he does that thing where he like rounds first. It's the hardest you've ever seen him run, and he's like halfway to second before the ball is caught. And heads back to the dugout, and there's a long, like, lingering camera shot of him, and you can see the number 78, right? And it's the D-back, so I think actually they have the name, so it says like Little Bird on the back. And no, I wouldn't just say Bird. He'll say Bird on the back, and he heads into the dugout, and he ends up sitting, like, because he was just a pinch hit. He doesn't actually get to take the field. And
almost, buddy, almost.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's our boy.
No, that was the best hit.
And in our park, that would have been out, I think.
Oh yeah. Hey, for his first at bat, not too shabby. He's gonna get plenty of home runs, plenty of hits. I'm so proud of Bird.
You don't think he's going to end up with us after spring training or whatever next year, right?
And we'll see what happens.
Nice answer. You sound like a coach, man. So knowing that Bird is out for the game because he was just a pinch hitter, you guys are able to head out to grab a cab back. And so now you guys get to do a little bit of mechanics, because guess what? All of you should have made a level from the last time that you played. I don't think so. JJ would be this year. No, it's only your 3rd game, but you made a level from before. So you should be 4th level. David, you should be 3rd level. And Stosh, you should be hitting 4th level as well. So you guys one at a time because boy, roll for your party goes crazy when multiple people are rolling. Let's go ahead and roll those stats and make your levels, and then we'll start speeding through to get to the game.
Want to go left or right and get Ski going first?
Yeah, go for it, Ski.
Sure. I'm on the right on left to right as on our character keeper. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got so start with I roll with advantage when testing speed and leveling up. Roll to see if your attributes increase. Roll twice for speed or
And hitting. Both and hitting.
Oh, it says or.
Yeah, it should be and. I'm going to change that right now. I apologize. Cool. Actually,
I tried to change it when I noticed that before, but I couldn't change whenever it was. It's like drawing it from somewhere else.
So I want to roll over it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do.
All right. So get my.
That was feedback you got, and I thought I fixed that. I apologize. It should be fixed now.
I know you fixed it in the rules, but just maybe not on the.
Just big it in that thing. Yeah.
I did not roll over speed. So here is hitting, where I get to roll with advantage as well. Boom! There's a 15 and a 16. My hitting's going to go up. All right.
Sweet.
Fielding, rolling 1. 10. It does not go up. Leadership, rolling 1. I'm at an 8.
9.
I rolled a 9. There we go. All right. Likability is at 17.
Hard for him to get much more likable.
12. Nope, did not increase my likability. So
all right,
here we are, and I'm level 4 now.
Yes, you are.
All right,
JJ.
And
you're also on speed and hitting. Let's see you roll above an 18.
You know what?
19 or 20.
Things sometimes happen.
It can. There's a 10% chance.
Not this time, though.
All right, hitting.
Let's see,
12 or better.
All right. Oh, yes.
Oh, nasty. The 18. That will get you in. All right.
All right.
Be a 12 on fielding or a 12 on leadership?
Fielding, yes.
Wow. Okay. Leadership. Let's check that one.
Yeah. Also leadership.
Woohoo. Likability 14 or better.
No. I used all those higher ones.
It's okay. It's okay. Cool.
And then 12s. That's nice.
David, good luck, buddy.
Yeah. So
you're rolling likability and fielding are the ones where you roll
advantage. All right. So I'll start with speed. So I've got a 9. So that means I need a 10 or greater. And 4. Okay.
Dang it.
So that's not happening for speed. Hitting. All right. Hitting, I got a 12. And 3. All right.
What? No, you just save the low rolls for later. What are you doing?
Yeah, right. All right. So now fielding, though, I get to roll with advantage, and I've got an 11 there. So let's see here. Rolling with advantage. 9 is my highest.
Oh, man.
Okay. So let's see. So leadership is just a regular roll. Let's see what that one is. That's a 7. So start with 12. All right. My leadership goes up to an 8. Yay. All right. So
likability,
then I've also got likability twice, right? That's with advantage.
Yep.
All right. So, and I've got a 10 to start with. So that gives me a 75% chance. Hey, okay, likability goes up.
Nice.
And then that was my last one. Okay, so likability goes up. Nice.
Awesome. Cool. And everybody can go up to your max hit points because you've had a week or so to rest. So we'll just go ahead and say everybody is at their max. So you're at 10, Stosh and JJ. And David, you would be at 12. Now, there is one thing I think is new for you, Walter, is just after looking at poor little bird. Or no, maybe. Anyway, I know it's new for Jim. There is now an injury die. Before you would roll injury with the effect die, I have created an injury die, which is just a straight D6 for everybody. Because I realized after watching a first baseman who couldn't not be hurt all the time, that maybe that wasn't the best call. My idea was for a first baseman, like he's really good at hits, but he might get hurt a lot and always playing hurt. But then like it became this unfun kind of death cycle for that. So we just went with a straight D6 for injury die. Cool. Oh, and then one last rules tweak is that for the team usage die, you can use a teamwork pool to roll that with advantage. So I'm going to make sure I said that at the top before we get into things. Cool. Is there anything you guys wanted to do before we kind of fast forward to your reporting and going through warm-ups and the like? Anything you wanted to do before you show up at the stadium? Hearing silence, I will continue forward. Cool. So, coming to Golarion, you've been there. You've played a couple games this season, but it is always a pretty momentous thing. This Golarion's Pathfinders is nearly the size of some of the smaller major league parks. The smell of hot dogs, peanuts, just barbecue out on the street.
They have wine at the concession stand.
Oh my goodness, that is absolutely true. They have wine at the concession stand. The hot dogs are like imported kosher kind of stuff going on, and there's a lot of business crowd that's here after work. There's a lot of people in suits that are queued up. So you guys are going in. Maybe probably not queued up yet because you go in at 3, so they're still at work. So it's pretty lightly attended when you guys come in for warm-ups and you report. And the dressing room is pristine. It's not marble, but you could almost imagine it was marble on the floor. It's really nice tiled floor and huge wooden lockers. Like they even make it look nice for the visiting team. The showers are all brand new. None of the faucets are broken, or that little thing where you have to jiggle it just right to get the hot to work. And all the fresh towels are just lined up. And little Timmy, your bat boy, is all excited. He's like running around. He'll show you guys like look here, guys. There's a TV. There's a TV in here. You can watch the game. Closed caption or closed circuit TV here. You can watch TV. You can watch the game. And look. They've got like the hot tub. They've got an actual like one of those big metal ones. They got 3 of them back there. It's very excited. And yeah, as you guys all get dressed up and you get to take the field, and you can hear the music they play beforehand, and echoes a great deal. There's very little murmur from the crowds. The stands are all like, there's a lot of individualized seating and the little cushions. It's really nice. One of those that kind of pop up and you can actually lean back a little bit, and they have the drink holders, not the metal bleachers that are in basically all the other stadiums. And there's even the Jumbotron, right? You can see some pictures of some of the Golarion Pathfinders in the little pregame that they do there. So there's a picture up there of Juan Moreno starting shortstop as Roberto Baldaquin, who Roberto has been bounced. He's what they call kind of a 4A player. He's kind of pushed down by the starting first baseman for their parent club, who's an all-star. And he's pushing like high 20s. And it's one of those things where they're just wondering if he's going to end up being a trade piece for somebody else. But they've kept him down there. He's come up for a few stints this year when the first baseman need to be sat. So there are times, he's lost some time. He's almost to the point where he can make major league minimum. He's almost dogged enough at bats to where he would be considered. He's right on the cusp of getting in there. He's got a heck of an arm and really, really good hitter. So yeah, you guys go through anything. You guys, what is it we see, JJ, when you do like warm-up sprints, tossing, long toss, that kind of stuff? What do you see JJ doing?
I'm continually looking back at the Jumbotron because I think I have to look over my shoulder in the outfield, probably tossing the ball to Ski, and I'm like, that's really going to show my highlights up there. You're going to see me stealing the bit. Oh, it's going to be great. You'll see. This is like, it wouldn't be high def when we are, but whatever. You're gonna see the individual particles of dirt flying up in the air. Keep looking. Maybe they'll throw this up on the screen. I think sometimes they do. Maybe if we step farther back and like we're really showing off our arms, maybe we'll get on it now. Step back a little bit. Step back a little bit more.
And I like grin and step back.
Cool. Ski, why don't you give me a likability roll to see if you end up on the Jumbotron? And they do. There's, those little areas, like one right near the visitors, the dugout, and there's the first and third base. They got the camera guys. They're just moving around.
I got my 11 under 17.
Oh, nice. So before you know it, the long toss. There's a picture of Ski as he catches that, shags a fly that you threw, JJ.
And I think what happens is like he says back up, and I yell loud enough for like the fans to hear, care to make it interesting? And I hold $1 up.
The bets, I love it.
And so like and I just start doing just like crazy shit with JJ, like, and we like that we bet $1 every time. Bet you $1 I can put my glove on the other hand and catch it. You're on. Bet you $1 I can throw it with my right hand, and
I'll catch it in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stuff like that. And so, but I think it's one of these things where it's like we're like like we do 8 or 10 of them, and we're like, where are you at? I'm up by $3. I'm getting a glass of wine,
Cameraman's like, he's kind of bouncing back and forth between you guys going.
So what I want is for this to kind of like go viral, and to like have the fans start betting each other $1 that stuff will happen, in the game, and like just have dollar bills going back and forth, and have this be like I'm like trying to like start a tradition at the charity game here.
Yeah, there's a few Pathfinder fans who are there, that dyed in the wool. The guys that are all dressed up, they've got the Pathfinder like on their naked chest, kind of painted in with skin paint and everything, and they're laughing a little bit, but they start to get into it. And who doesn't love Ski? So before long, they're betting back and forth, and there's a few people are doing like the raffle ticket type deal, and they're betting raffle tickets, and all the money goes to the charities that are going on. David, as you are there in the infield, right? The way that the kind of pre-game drills that you're doing right now is that Tim Lynch, the first baseman, is standing near first base. You're standing over kind of near third, but a little closer to short, and it's you and Hoy and Gosuke, and you guys are all three kind of near each other. And what happens is Tim will throw a grounder, and one of you guys will step forward and catch the grounder and toss it to him as he moves over to first base. And so you have it's a little bit of a lazy drill kind of thing. You have a few minutes to chat and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And Hoy says out loud to both you and Gosuke, Devin came over and asked me to like give up my spot. He said there's some pretty girl he's trying to impress.
She's not going to be here. Don't worry about it.
And Gosuke says, no, I think she's going to, maybe she's going to show up. She said he's got her the ticket. And Hoy's like, hey.
No, she's not going to show up. We were just it was just a little fun we were having with Devin. He's I don't mention it to him though. He's probably gonna feel bad enough when she doesn't show up.
Okay, because I don't want to give up my spot.
Yeah, that would be pretty wild, right? I mean, what if she did show up? That would be funny.
Gosuke says, I could recognize her. If she shows up, will you give up your spot? And Hoy's like, but I'm the starting second baseman.
Well,
tosses it back.
What about for an inning? It's a charity game. Let Devin play. He hasn't been playing the whole championship series.
Give me a leadership role, David.
All right. Let's see.
Got that shiny 8 now.
8. Yeah, my brand new 8. Watch me roll a 7 now.
Just pretend that you're rolling to see if you from level up, and I know you'll roll low.
Oh, I rolled an 8.
Oh, you have to roll under. Oh, so close. There's a moment, and he thinks about it, and he says, "I'll talk to Coach. See what he wants." He made the lineup card.
Charity. That's what it's all about.
That's good. Charity. You're being gracious.
I like notice I noticed Ski and JJ out in the back outfield behind us having some fun right now, and I see I think I see JJ getting ready to say he's going to catch it with his hat between his legs, and I'm like, I'll put $1 on that.
Nice. Cool. So you guys are able to raise a little bit of money and a bit of awareness of your likability there. And I think that Jane is already on KGOB, the pregame. There's not a whole lot that's going on except, like September for as far as KGOB. So she's on the radio talking through all the stuff that's going on in the outfield, describing the extra fundraising that you guys are doing. And before long, all the warm-ups called, and the Pathfinders go out, take the field. You guys wait for them, and then kind of fast forward a little bit. It's almost time for the national anthem. And I'm going to go ahead and, at this point, we'll just call a quick bio break. It's 14 after. Let's just meet back at 20 after, and then we'll bring this thing home. Okay? So give you guys 6 minutes of bio break. Or, smoke them, got them, whatever. So Walter, I'm curious. Have you seen the movie? Have you seen the movie Willow from back in the day?
Yeah, I remember that. I don't think I've seen it since I was a kid, but yeah,
I really loved
fondly
it.
remember that movie.
Seen it a bunch of times. Do you remember the moment when the two brownies, the little short guys, when they were on an owl, if I remember correctly, or maybe a hawk, and they had Laura Dannon, the baby, like, and they were flying away, carrying the baby with them with their little thing, and one of them says, "We got a baby!" They were celebrating that they had stolen a human baby. That pure joy.
What reminds you of
Oh, well, yeah. What reminds me of it is that pure joy of the brownies having excitedly stolen a Daikini baby is the same look in my dog's eyes when he figures out a way to snag a sock that I put down. He just came up into the office and he will like sneak around, and I take my socks off because it's a little warm up here when I have the 5 lights going. And he snagged a sock, and he just immediately took off and went down the stairs, very excited that he'd gotten a sock.
Nice.
Victory dance. And because he knows he loves the sock, and he also knows I want to take the sock. So that becomes a secondary game. Not only does he get the sock, he gets to play keep the sock away from me, which is maybe his favorite game ever.
Is that his special sock then, or is that just any sock?
Every sock, any sock, all socks are his special sock until I take it away, and then he looks a little disappointed until he can. My wife freaks out whenever I leave the door to the washer dryer room open, because he will invariably go in there, pick through one of the things of either dirty or clean clothes to find a sock, and then the chase begins. So that just happened during a break. I'm a little more energetic now.
Nice. Now
Cool.
I'm imagining that there's probably like hidden stashes of socks all around your house that you haven't located yet.
It's highly likely. I will tell you that my sock drawer seems empty all the time. And I think that whenever it is that we move out of this house, there'll be a moment where we like pull a cushion back, or we move a piece of furniture. We're like, oh, look at all of these socks. And then Chidi will probably grab one and try to run away. So thank you for my little telling the stories of dog.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Willow. That was I haven't thought of that in a long time. That was such a hilarious movie.
Oh, I freaking love that movie. It's my favorite Val Kilmer role. Mad Mardigan's so fun. Yes, sorry, I will hush now. But that was the first time I ever saw Jake Busey in a role, and I thought he was really good. Cool. So you guys are away, and so we go through a little bit of you'll be the first at bat, and JJ, you'll be the first batter, and you guys are all standing on the line. You guys are on the, if I remember correctly, home visitor, first base line for the visitors, third base line
for visitors, but it's not.
Crap, I had it flipped. You're right. So you guys are standing along the third base line, and there's like a local, I don't know, let me, Jim, what is the person who for this charity game is singing the national anthem? Is it like an actual local celebrity, or some like donor or military person, or some kind of band? What do you think?
I think it's gotta be you know what, it's gotta be like somebody who, it's like the 9-year-old daughter of like a hedge fund guy who paid the most to get to, so that his daughter could sing the national anthem. So
that's great.
Like you pay to charity and you get, and then you're like the person that you designate then sings the national anthem. So whatever. So it's like it's his 9-year-old daughter's 4th grade class sings the national anthem. And
that's so good.
Because the national anthem is a terrible song and it's super hard to sing, but 120 4th graders singing it all at once, everybody's just gonna like that'll just melt everybody. So
so the kids are like struggling through. You hear a couple of them like flub part of the verse, and JJ, you are right by Devin, and Devin just out of the blue, he's like, she's here. She's here. She's here, dude. She's here.
Play cool, man. Play cool. Of course she's here.
I couldn't get hold of you hard to like let me start. He said he talked to coach. The coach said he blew him off. Mike wouldn't. I don't know what to do. We lied. I can't hit Dinger.
Don't worry. You'll find a way to get in the game. I'm not going to address the Dinger part because it's probably true.
It's probably true. Yeah. All right, sweet. So that happens, and then the kids, they all in the home of the brave, and it trails off for a little bit, and a couple kids like keep singing. They hold the note a little longer than all the rest. Some of the other kids realize, oh wait, we're supposed to still be singing. They try to join back in. Goes for a little bit until finally the teacher stands up and she's like doing this thing, and it kind of trails off, and there's a little bit of echoes, and then the uproarious applause, and everybody's cheering them on. All the kids go off, and then you guys are up to bat. And the Pathfinders, when they take the field, they each have like some kid that's with them. Let's say it's like the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital kind of deal, and so there are kids from St. Jude's who come out, and each of them come out to the position with those guys, and then they head back. And then all of a sudden we hear Here I Go Again by Whitesnake. It has never sounded better than it does over the Galarian speakers. Like, it is crisp. They even on the Jumbotron, they show part of the video, and then it fades out, and it comes up to a picture of you, and somehow like they've got a picture of you in the bathroom. No, I'm joking, not in the bathroom. It's like JJ's. Nice. Adrian Almeida is the starting pitcher for the Pathfinders. He is their ace, and he does not like giving up anything. And so he is actually a challenge rating of 3 to start. But we are doing the diamond crawl. So that I just want to have that little visual, and now we'll go straight into the diamond crawl for the first 3 innings. Who would like to be the person who starts? Or actually, the last team usage die person who made a roll would determine the next. So who was that who rolled for? I think that was JJ. You rolled to see if Devin would strike out or not. So who do you designate to be the person who rolled the first diamond crawl?
Go for it, Walter. Get us set up good.
All right.
So it's
that's a
D6. So you're on a D12 and a D6.
All right. Okay. And I feel like maybe getting us off to a really a D12 and a D6. Oh, that's right. We do it differently now. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We do. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Okay.
If
so
you
I was,
it seemed like you were leaning towards the teamwork pool. You could do that.
I was thinking about that, and then I'm kind of thinking through the numbers. I'm like, even if I roll with advantage on the D6, if that D12 comes up low, then
it's doubles both. So you'd roll 2 D12.
Oh, it's doubles both. Oh, interesting. All right. Well, that's
be
interesting enough. I feel like give that a try. Yeah, and also see if we can get a rally early. Get really sock it to them. So I'm going to use my team point. I think that's the only one I have.
It is for now. You'll have to come up with some ways to get the teamwork back.
All right. So then I'm going to roll 2d12 and 2d6.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. All right. So
you
then
take your best 12 and your best 6.
So I'll need 2d12. And okay, first I'll just roll the 12 first. Okay, and then 2d6, roll those. So I got a 6 and a 5, so an 11 is the total.
Okay, cool. I think that is a good use of your time. An 11. So in the Diamond Crawl chart, that is a double play opportunity. Now you're a third baseman. So what we have is that we're going to say that you guys have sprinkled some hits. and scored a run in the third. The Pathfinders have scored a run in the second. It's the bottom of the third. I'll throw in, let's say there's like 4 hits and only 2 for the Pathfinders. There's 1 out. And right now, Sam McDonnell, the left fielder, is on first base. And Artemis Kadakadian, it's actual minor leaguer, so I didn't make up that name, and I don't know how to say it. Kadakdan? I don't know. Artemis is at bat, and he hits a hot grounder straight at you, David. This is a perfect double play opportunity. You field it cleanly, toss it to the second baseman, who is unfortunately Ho-Jung Park, not Devin, and he will make the turn and throw it to first. So this is going to be, to pull it off perfectly, it's a challenge rating of 3. So you are 3rd level, so that means that you can just roll fielding.
Okay. And
don't forget your special features if there's anything.
Yeah, I was just looking at those now. So, okay. All right, so I can use it. Let's see. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I don't see there's anything.
Okay, yeah, I don't see anything there. All right, so then I'm just going to do a regular fielding roll. My fielding is 11.
All right, if you roll a 10 or less, you pull off that double play.
And 3.
Nice. So what does it look like when you catch this? Is it like a perfectly smooth thing, or
I think this is just a classic textbook double play. It takes a little bit of a funny hop, but I get my body in front of it, I recover, I plant, boom, to Hoi-sung, boom, to our first baseman, and it's just beautiful textbook double play.
Nice. Really, really everybody's sweet. Pumped up from that. Lynch holds up the ball. It's all excited. You guys currently tied when you come into the 4th inning, and then Walter, you may determine who rolls next.
I believe that Ski is going to roll next.
All right.
I believe that is the case. So this is Diamond Crawl again.
It is Diamond Crawl. It's a D12 and a D6.
Okay, so here we go. D12 and D6. I've got a 6.
Okay, a 6 is not awesome.
No, it's not great.
All right, on 6, no scoring team, player team shutout. So after 3 innings, you guys sprinkling 4 hits. The next 3 innings, Adrian just shuts things down. So JJ, you end up hitless, but there's a noteworthy thing. It's not like a highlight or anything. I'm just kind of curious what you're seeing, how you go out. Do you go out in strikes, or is it like broken bat, weak single, you get thrown out? What do you imagine happened during your
I think it is bang bang play at first base. So it's like it's deep in the hole. Is the shortstop or third baseman going to get it? The shortstop gets it, makes an excellent play. I think he's one of their star players. Throws across his body, just a real seed to the first baseman. And I'm convinced I beat it out. But the ump calls me out, and his big ah! And I slow down and turn around, ready to argue. And I'm like, it's charity game. Charity game. I'll just jog back. Big smile the whole way, kind of looking at the ump, smiling as I walk by. Like, yes, sir. I'm out. Okay.
And Baldaquin, because he's a Pathfinder. They're about to say it's maybe the 3rd out, and he's sorry. He says, "You're out by a mile, man. Out by a mile."
Was he the first baseman?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wait till I'm on base.
Still waiting for that. And then ooh, sorry. A little tick off my throat. Cool. So now we are to the top of the 7th, and that will be for So it was Jim. So Keith, you're up.
And it's continues as a diamond crawl.
It's your choice. So do you want to play a diamond crawl that will simulate the entire 7th inning, or do you want to start going at bat by at bat? It is currently 1-1. The game is tied, top of the 7th.
How are you doing? Would you like us to speed it up?
I'm okay. I just got that weird tickle in my throat. It's not like a sick tickle. It's like a weird like a peanut, like a popcorn kernel in the back of my throat kind of tickle. Yeah, one of those sucky ones. It came out of nowhere. I'm feeling okay though.
Okay. Although I am realizing now I do have teamwork dice, and I think I want to try what Walter did and spend one of those for the diamond crawl.
Fun. Let's do that.
All right. So that is 2 D12s and then 2 D6s as well. All right. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, I got a 10 on one of those. Everything's going crazy right now. Hold on. And a 4, so a 14.
Cool. All right. So wow, it's perfect that you rolled this because you have a base stealing chance. So this will be in the top of the 7th because it's an offensive opportunity for you. And I'm gonna say that I don't know. What do you want? Do you want to be trying to steal 3rd, or to go with a boring old steal 2nd?
I want to steal 2nd because I want to trash talk Baldoquin before I go.
Sweet. So Baldoquin, they know your speed. I'm imagining that, like, for the last, in KGOB, we hear Jane. She says, JJ is on base. He is a guarantee to steal. He led the Midwest Division in the last month of the season. He led the entire division in stolen bases. His stolen base percentage is amazing. He stole 80% of his attempts. And I think that Julian Leon is a little worried here. I wouldn't be surprised if this pitcher is calling some pitch outs so that he doesn't have to deal with JJ up there on second base. And Baldoquin's playing you tight. Gosuke comes up to bat. And we'll say that there's one out that the bus struck out at the top of the inning, but he's some reason Mike's keeping him in. He's riding the hot hand. And so what do? Is you see Adrian, he kind of keeps looking over. He's pitching from the stretch, which he hasn't done but a couple times this entire game.
One of the times when he looks over, I nod at him like, yeah, that's right. I point to second base like, where I'm headed.
Oh, God.
Baldy, you better tell him to do a pitch out. I'm going on this one.
Oh, don't worry. It's coming, man. It's coming. You're going down.
Is it this one? Because I don't want you to waste the ball. Because Ghost Case,
it's true.
He's going to put it in play.
Let me tell him. Just this one. Yeah. And you can see Julian Leon, who I'm imagining, like, you remember Sandy Alomar? I'm like, it's okay if you don't, but like Sandy Alomar, like, he does that thing where he almost plays from his butt. He kind of wiggles out a little bit to the right, cheating, so that as soon as he can catch it, he's up and he's throwing as quickly as possible. It's obvious it's going to be a pitch out. And you hear the first base coach, who I would imagine is probably, we'll just go utility of it being the pitching coach. So Jose Rosario, he's like Rosado is. You sure you want to go now, man? I mean, it's your call.
It's for charity.
Cool. So the challenge for this with a pitch out is going to be a 5.
All right.
Pretty crazy.
And then I subtract my level. Is that right?
You do.
Okay.
And you're 4th level, so you should be.
And that knocks down my rating by 1.
Correct. So you need to roll under a 17.
And I roll with advantage when testing speed to steal a base, which
Holy
is
crap.
not fair.
It's not fair.
All right. But who knows? Dice can be cruel, especially when you're trash talking everyone in the stadium. Oh, not in this case, though, no. 10 and a 9, so they're both below, but not 10 below. Not 10 below. So
No, Adrian's up. He throws it high. Leon catches, releases. You can actually hear the wind off the ball as he's throwing as hard as he can. Shortstop's already set up, like he was almost cheating for second base. He's waiting for it. Comes across, and what does that slide look like? You made it easy. What's it look like, though? Oh, you're muted. Keith, you're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. Coming in at like an angle to just kind of get the corner of the base so that my hand's not coming down where he might tag. And the momentum actually carries me around, and I kind of circumnavigate the base partially and end up with my toes pointing towards center field.
Nice. You pop up, and I think it's one of those where Gary is at third base. Oh, I had such an opportunity there, didn't I? Okay. Eric Duncan is at third base. There we go. So Eric Duncan, the old hitting coach, is called back for the charity game. He's helping out. He's a special assistant to the manager. He's at third base, and he just gives you a sign of like, you make the call. He's not even going to tell you that you have to steal. He just bunch of hand gestures, which are, if you see an opportunity, go for it. And I think that the second baseman, Artemis, he kind of hovers near the base, like he's trying to move behind you. Maybe the pitcher's going to try to pick you off. What do you do, JJ?
I mean, you got to go again, right? Pressure luck.
All right. So now, with this going, I think the challenge rating is a 6 because catcher throwing it down third base line is easy. Now, your batter's Gosuke. Let me check. Is Gosuke a right-hander or a left-handed batter? Let me check real quick. He's a lefty. So, unfortunately, you don't get that little bit of an advantage there. Gosuke's like, sorry.
This is how I hit. Go stand in the other box. I'm trying to steal third.
Cool. All right. So you got a challenge rating of 6 is what I said, right?
Yes.
All right. This is nasty.
So we're to 16.
Yeah, you got to roll under 16. If you roll 5 or less, then you will add to the team usage.
I got a 4.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Cool. So tell us what it looks like, and then you get to add to bump up the team usage die.
So I think this time it's like I'm not showboating yet. I am making sure to see if guess it'd be the shortstop would probably be creeping behind me. See, trying not to get too far away. Like he's doing the pat in the glove behind me to get me to pay attention. And I just time it really well because I've been watching the pitcher. And despite him running his mouth constantly, JJ is a student of the game. And the pitcher's got a little bit of a tip, and I get such a good jump that, like, it's honestly not that close, even given that it's third. I mean, the guy gets the tag down, but my hand's already well on the base. Textbook anticipation.
Oh, it's amazing. You come up, you like pop up, and you look third base dugout. There's your guys. They're all like coming up against the rail. Ski, what do you do when you see him steal third like that?
I guess like I'm not on deck or anything, so I'm in the dugout. Oh, like I think I've got my accordion out.
That's great. Do you do an accordion, like the gypsy version of the gypsy version of a phrase that I stole from this guy who played the accordion?
Polka version.
The polka version is so much better. Thank you.
I am doing the Roadrunner theme from the cartoon.
That's great. I love that you just have that in recall.
Yeah.
Trying to imagine the accordion version of that. So that's pretty
Yeah.
crazy. David, you're on the on deck circle.
And all our fans go, oh, and I get all our fans to go me like that at the at the end. So yeah,
that's great. And JJ, you this craziness is going on, and you see behind the third base dugout, like 5 rows back, is Reiko, and she's cheering like crazy, like really excited. Oh, you're muted, Keith.
I served that guy wings.
I think during right before the 7th inning stretch, I'm gonna go up to Huijin and I'm gonna be like, hey, it would mean so much to Devin if you would like go out there and say hi to that girl and thank Devin for giving up his spot in this game for you. That would totally make Devin's night. You should do it, Hoy. Do it.
Oh man, do we put that to a roll? So let's finish up with that 7th inning stretch. So I think you end up scoring, but because we did the diamond crawl, we're going to kind of speed through. So we will say that you got another hit. Is currently 2-1 going into the 8th, but we'll have that moment in the 7th inning stretch. I will give you a. You can roll with advantage, but you do need to talk Hoy into lying because he doesn't like lying. He's very like.
All right, is this a leadership?
It's a leadership, but you get to roll with advantage.
Okay, cool. So I get 2 dice, and my leadership is an 8.
7 or less.
Boom! Oh, I got a 3.
You got that 8, and then a 3.
Yeah, it's all about the advantage.
Okay. I'll do what I can. Devin's a nice guy. Me is a roomie. And then he'll head, and she kind of comes down, and then there's a little bit of a conversation. They're kind of talking over the top of the dugout, and then they move over to the side during the 7th inning stretch, and Devin comes up, and like Hoy hands him a baseball, and he like signs it, and he puts his number on it. The number of the apartment that you guys may be moving out like any minute now because your lease will be up soon. Cool. And so because you guys were so successful with that, you did score the run. So JJ, you end up scoring, and we will go to the 8th inning, and it is 2-1. You now have a D8 in the team usage die, so that is out there. So Keith, who do you determine will go next? Who do you want to roll next or choose next?
I'll pass it over to Jim.
All right. So where are we at now? So we've done our.
You are in the top of the 8th,
which means that we're now going to inning by inning, right?
It's an option. You can go. Yeah, every time we roll a diamond crawl, it takes care of an entire inning. We would have like a highlight opportunity of a play based on the roll. Or you can just go at bat by at bat, and I'll say that maybe if you choose,
what's the batting order right now?
You would be up to bat.
Then I think I'll play through.
Do you see how I tempt you?
Yeah,
I'm such a bad GM. I'm the ump.
That's all good. All right.
Awesome. All right. So then we get to hear over the sparkling speakers and the loudspeakers, "Don't Let's Start" by They Might Be Giants plays. As Ski, you come up to bat. Adrian at this point is out, and they have brought in Connor Riley, who wears number 99. He is a little bit wild, and he is by far the hardest thrower on the Pathfinder team. If he could find the plate consistently, he would be a closer for the parent club. They're just constantly trying to work on him about not hitting people and not walking people. But Connor's there, and he comes up, and you see a couple of his warm-up pitches, and you hear the guy with the radar gun like, "That was 101," calls out.
And I'm like, woo. whatever. Like I finished my warm up swings, and like I come up and and I like and like I stepped up to the plate and I kick my tap my cleats and whatever and stuff like this, and I kind of stand at the edge of the batter's box, and then I step back and I just kind of like hang my bat over my shoulder, and I reach into my back pocket, and like I've got like a little wad of dollar bills, and I like flip. I flip one out, and I'm like, and I say to the catcher, he's not going to get this first one over the plate. What do you think?
Catcher's like, oh man, I'm just gonna drop a 1 here. I'll just let you know. I don't know where it's gonna end up at. Just hope it don't end up in your ear, man.
And I nod and like I I like put the wad back in my pocket, and I take the bill, and I like so that all the fans can see, I like wrap it around the handle of the bat, so I'm gonna like swing with the with the dollar bill there, and I'm just gonna let the first pitch go and see whether it's
First pitch is strike. It's almost off the plate, but Julian Leon as a catcher is an excellent framer. It's one of those where he like catches it, and there's this subtle move to get it in, and the ump's like, hey,
and I like throw my arms up, and I take and I like peel the dollar off, and I say out loud, I better not see you giving him 50 cents after the game, and hand him the, and so like the rest of my at bat is gonna go like that, like just like we're in the 8th inning, it's a charity game, people have probably been doing slightly goofy stuff all game. But this is I'm just gonna have fun with it because this is the last time that I'm gonna come up, and I'll like I'll like wave a buck at the pitcher.
Great. Pitcher's like, he's fierce, man. He's got this those goggles on.
Like this is yours if you put me on base. I'm only gonna offer 1 time.
He says, just get in the box. Get in the box. He's just walking around the mound. He's very upset.
Okay.
He's way too serious.
Yeah. I mean, and so like, are his teammates also laughing? Like, is it?
I think that most of them are laughing.
Yeah,
Julian, he's the I don't know where it's gonna go, man, kind of thing. Like he's ducking it up, but yeah, Connor's pissed. Like he thinks he should be on the pro team right now.
Okay.
He's been saddled with this. Not that you can look into his head, but that's his attitude.
Like, no, that's okay. And like, I don't mind like cranking him off if he's being a like if he cannot have fun at this game, he's got a problem. He's too high strung for the majors if he can't have fun in this game.
He's kind of showing his true colors here.
They call it a show. They call it the big show. So yeah. And so then we'll so let's just see how the at bat goes after all of that kind of silliness.
Okay, cool. So you have 3 choices when you come at bat. You can just roll hitting. His challenge rating is a 5. Or you can swing for the fences, which means you roll hitting with disadvantage. Yeah. Or you can just try to get on base with speed, and you roll speed with disadvantage, but a successful roll means that you don't have to roll the effect die, you just get a single.
Okay.
Either you were walked or hit by pitch or a bunt to get on base, your call.
This is for fun. I'm just going to swing away.
Sounds good. So with the
probably not going to work, but
challenge rating of a 5, you're 4th level, so you subtract 1 from your hitting. You need to roll below a 12.
And that's rolling with disadvantage, right?
If you're swinging for the fences, you are. Does anybody want to do teamwork pool? I'm just throwing it out there because it's a mechanic.
Yeah, make it happen. I want to see you knock one.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
Got to say how that happens. Of course. So while you're taking all of your time with 1 foot out of the batter's box, I come running out.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you $1 you're not going to hit it over the fence.
And I'll say, I'm gonna need odds on that one. And I hold up like 2 fingers.
All right. And pull another buck out of my sock.
Yeah.
Tuck it in behind the backstop.
Okay. And I'm like,
Fence is that way. That way.
That fence? That fence.
Hitting it backwards doesn't count.
Oh. Okay. Well, all right. 2 to 1. 2 to 1. Let's do this. And I step in and
Cool. So you're no longer rolling with disadvantage because of that hilarious business of teamwork pool that you got. So you just roll a single d20.
And my hitting is...
It's a 13, but you're -1 from the challenge rating, so you need to roll under 12.
Under 12. All right. Super. That's a 6.
What? Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so you swing for the fences. You connect. You get to roll with advantage on the effect die.
So my effect die is a d6, but I can use the team usage die, right?
You certainly can.
So does that roll with advantage as well?
Yes, it sure does.
All right. Here we go. All right. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do. I got 2d8. I'm going to roll those. I got a 1 and a 3, so it looks like a 3 is what I'm going to end up with.
Wow, that is almost 10 under. You almost bumped up the team usage die. Oh, so what am I even saying?
No,
it's a 3. Yeah. So it's a different thing.
Yeah, it's not
my brain went on a vacation there. So 3 is a single. So what does this look like? Is it finds its way to the outside, seeing eye single? Do you leg out? What is your single look like?
You know what? I think it's like it's one of those like rocket line drives that like actually like whatever like bounces off the base of the wall, but like, you know, their right fielders got it and it's into second before I'm, you know, even like halfway around the bag. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, those are like the worst.
Hard line drive, but it went so fast that like he got it immediately, fielded it, and just whipped it right in, and there was no way I could get around to get a double, I think. So and I like I shake my head and like I call for time. I like make the timeout signal. And you know, oh no, I think what I do is I like I hold the dollar up and I hand it to the base coach so that he can give it to he can give it to, you know, to JJ, and then I immediately turn to the first baseman and go, you know, like I hold up a dollar and point at second, like.
He's like, yeah, man, Julio Leon is dying to throw somebody out. You want to take second? He will nail you. That is worth $1 to me.
And I say, like I'm like done. So like I'm just going on the first pitch.
Oh my God, this is terrible. I love it. Cool. So let's go ahead and resolve that, and then you can tell us. No, it's great. It's
We're
fun.
having fun. So yeah,
it's very fun to me. And yeah, Belt Aquin does the thing of like he's going. So this will be a challenge rating of 5 for you to steal the base.
but I roll with advantage when I'm stealing.
Oh, that is true.
So I'm down by 1. So I'm -1, but I'm rolling with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And my speed is a 12, I think.
13. It went
13. It's 13. That's right. I did go up. So I need an 11 or less, right?
Yep. Exactly.
One of those 2 dice. And there's my 5 and 9.
Wow. Cool. So you are on second base. Let's go ahead and that is amazing.
And I'm like pointing at him, and you know, and I do one of these where I like lick my finger and like you know, do the chalk mark on it.
Well, Darkwing, he jogs over
Yeah.
and he doesn't have any money though. So what's he gonna do? You're like, I owe you one. And then he like calls and the Bat Boy comes out and he comes out with a little piece of paper and he like writes I owe you.
Writes it on a scorecard. Sure. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, he writes I owe you on a scorecard.
And I like hold it up to the crowd and I like ostentatiously kiss it and stick it in my back pocket and.
Nice. Give me a likability roll. Let's see how well this is going over. It could possibly offend someone other than Connor, who's super not having this.
No, that's a 15. So
nice.
Totally. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, no problems. Sweet. No
more shenanigans now that I'm
no more shenanigans. Awesome. So who do you want to roll the team usage die to see what happens with Tim Lynch?
We'll pass it off to Walter.
All right, Walter, go ahead and roll the team usage die, which is a D8 for Tim Lynch, who comes up to bat with Stosh on second base. No outs. Is that an 8? Walter, you are on mute. That appears that you rolled an 8. Is that right?
Yes. I just shouted exuberantly that I rolled an 8 on mute.
Oh, people in Walter's home get to be excited, and now we know secondhand. Cool. So, what does this home run look like? Is it first pitch that comes through, or does Tim have to fight it off? What does it look like?
I think that that the pitcher is getting pretty frustrated, and he throws a couple wild pitches at first. He's and it's looking like maybe he's starting to go a little wild. But then Connor, he finally pulls it in and puts one right over the base, right over home plate. But Tim connects on that one, and it's now what is an 8? Is that for like a home run? Oh shit! Okay, yeah. I think Tim just connects with it.
I'm sorry. Let me double check. 8 is yes, it is a home run. Sorry, I was looking at the PC and I wanted to go down and make sure. Yes, it is a home run.
Yeah, there's just so much momentum over that, and Tim gets the timing down, and the speed of the pitch does the rest. It just sails right over the center field wall.
It's beautiful. And it's like a bullet. It goes right over the wall. And Tim,
it's a beautiful sound.
Ski, what does it look like when you score from second on this?
Oh, I am polking my way to home base.
That is awesome.
I'm totally like I've got and I start dancing and which I kind of I sort of polka past the shortstop. Literally dance with the third base coach for a second or two, kind of polka with him, turn him around once or twice, and then just polka my way home. Yeah, that's so awesome.
That is great, Tim. Yeah, fist
and I'm
in
there,
the air.
And as he's rounding the bases, I do that thing where I wait until he's just behind me before I step on home plate. Total obnoxious grandstanding.
Oh my gosh.
And then when he steps on home plate, I peel $1 off and present it to him. So yeah.
Tim holds it up and he kind of waves it and he sticks it in his his stirrup or something. He sticks it in his stirrup, and then you guys head back. And so Walter, who do you hand off the next at bat to?
It is Keith's turn.
All right, Keith. Hoyton Park comes up to bat with nobody on base and a very angry Connor Riley.
I'm we're up 4-1, right? It's the 8th inning. I'm in the dugout next to my roomie. You've wanted to have the top shelf in the pantry for some time. And think it might be time to hand that torch over to you. But to give a little, you have to get a little. Hoyjon. Or Park. Would Park be his given name? His family name is Hoyjon?
That is a great question. He's Korean, not Japanese. And I don't know how the Korean surnames work. Unfortunately,
Well, I might be calling him by his last name because that's the thing that athletes do. So there. But you've had a good game. You got a hit earlier. That was impressive. But Devin's chomping at the bit over there, and I feel like maybe let him get the bat. Maybe. What do you say?
Roll leadership with advantage. You did tempt him with the top shelf, even though he knows that you guys, your lease is almost up. That's still something he knows it can carry into next year.
Leadership is a 12. That's why the advantage is so important.
Oh man!
Really great rolls if we're playing D&D, but not
so he says, "No man, I think that girl's into me." And then he goes up to bat. John's up to take his bat. So go ahead and roll a team usage die.
For John. If Devin was up, I would have blown my last teamwork die. But he's just getting the D8.
He's just getting the D8.
It's going to be a home run now, isn't it? All right, let's see what happens. No, it is not. It's a 3.
Oh, and so a 3 is an out, but the die size remains the same. That is one as the first out of the game. Of the inning, sorry.
How did we get to the 8th inning?
Game? What? How did you do that? I don't know. So much fast forwarding. Rich is bad at sportsing. Cool. So Prick comes up. Bases are clear. And who do you pass it to?
I think it's time for Jim to see what Prick does.
All right. Let's see what we got happening here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and so for Brick, am I making a regular hitting roll, or are we back to
team usage die? So
team usage die. So I'm just rolling a D8 for this.
Yes, sir.
That's a 4.
Nice. Okay. Well, not so nice actually. 4 is a walker hit by pitch. What's it look like?
Oh, he gets like first pitch just like nailed in the arm. Like just yeah. And like I think this is one of those things where everybody gasps, looks at him to see whether like is he gonna toss the bat and go at the mound? But like he just like grits his teeth, grins, like flicks the bat away and just walks to first real slow like.
Nice.
Yeah.
Connor takes he does that thing like when Julian Leon finally throws it back, he like snatches the ball out of the air and walks angry around. And then, we'll say that Nibbler was relieving in the bottom of the 7th, and so now they call in a pinch hitter, and it is none other than Devin Orville. I have no idea what Devin's walk-up song would be. Does anybody have an idea off the top of your head of what Devin would listen to as a walk-up song?
What is Devin Steele? He's like 19.
It's
Killing in the Name of by Rage. It's that like Rage Against the Machine, like dun 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 dun, like just no lyrics, but it's that like industrial guitar punk thing that they have going on. Yeah.
So he comes up and Devin is a lefty. So with Brick on first, 1 out, Devin is up to bat. Jim, who will roll for Devin?
Keith, go ahead. Like you've been pulling for him all night. So.
Oh man, I'm so excited for him.
Devin is so excited, man. He's just super duper.
So I guess he was probably on deck. Well, who was the last? Oh, Brick was up. That's right, he got hit. So like I'm on the rail, the dugout. Like,
we're I think we're all on the rail, and we've got our caps on backwards with like dollar bills for ear flaps. Like we've got our dollar hats on, like our $2 hats.
Nice.
So,
I'm so he's gonna start you off inside, and then he's gonna go outside. He tries to command the plate that way, but he's wild. So he could lean into one and take one like Brick did, or he could just giving him all the options, which might be a little overwhelming for him.
And then Brick says, "I didn't lean in."
I was barely in the batter's box. This is the guy who's super wild, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Connor.
yeah, and I'm like, and like I'm waving to him, and I've got like one of the catcher's knee pads, and I'm like strapping it to my arm, and I'm like you want one of these? Like so yeah.
So I am jockeying to use my last teamwork die for him, but I don't know if Jim is also looking to use his teamwork die.
Oh, let me use one.
Okay.
Like this, I think this guy hates me, and I just like I just
now he weren't even
I
that
believe
interested in him, but now
I believe I have gotten under his skin, and I'm so this is such a novel sensation for me. Like he so clearly has like absolutely no sense of humor that it's like this is yeah. So I'm gonna spend one of my teamwork points here on my teamwork pool. So that leaves me with one left. Yeah, just mocking him mercilessly.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Poor guy. Well, not really poor, but
Well, I mean, he's a minor leaguer, so probably a little bit. All right, let's do it then. So this is with advantage.
2d8.
All right, I only have one ready to go, so I'll roll it twice. Why not? For dramatic effect.
Is it a 3?
So a 5, or I'll take the 5 instead of the 2.
Yeah, you should, because the 2 is something. A 5's a double.
Yeah,
Devin with a double. So Brick is a station-to-station guy. You tell me, does he score?
Oh, I can't imagine Brick. Well, you know what?
What's the double look like? And that'll help us kind of feel like with a Brick.
So I think it's probably, you know what? No, I'm going to give it to Devin. He gets a nice double. He splits the outfielders. It bounces up against the wall. They play it pretty well, but he's still in there at second with room to spare.
Nice. Cool. And does Brick end up going to third, but they throw it home and he holds up? Or
I think he's just too slow.
He is too slow. That arm, maybe it hurts. He's playing it cool, but maybe it hurt a little more than he wants to say. 2 men on, 1 out, and then all of a sudden, White Snake starts playing.
I forgot that I was up next. I was so excited for Devin. Didn't realize
like when you said you were up at the rail, I almost reminded you, like, no, actually,
you're on next.
Yes. Good times. Cool. So what do you want to do here? Do you want to swing for the fences, go for a hit, try to get on with a little bit of speed? What are you doing?
So, second and third, is there 1 out or is there 2?
There is 1 out. Wait. Yeah, because Stosh was first at bat. Hoy got out. Tim knocked him home. Brick got hit. Devin is on base with a double. So 2 men on, second and third, 1 out.
All right. And swinging for the fences is roll with disadvantage for the hitting.
Correct.
But
you roll with advantage for effect die if you're successful.
Okay. You know what? It's a charity game. So let's see. Where is Ski? He's back in the dugout, right? Yeah, because he scored. Mm-hmm. Be like, all right, home run bet?
I think that's got to be $4.
Yeah, I'm gonna need odds on that.
4 bags, $4.
If you wanted to go for the bunting bet, that would be giving up odds on that one. But all right, yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Which way was the fence again?
You told me it was that way.
I mean, that's the way you hit it. So yeah, it makes sense. All right.
So when you come out, the White Snake song is playing, and then all of a sudden, the picture that was up of you, there's like another picture. It's hastily, like it's not really in frames, a little out of focus, but it's you at the Hooters in the robe.
What? Who got that picture?
And that's up on the Jumbotron. There's like this smatterings of laughter from the crowd there. And Connor throws another warm-up pitch in between, like it just pops the mitt.
I looked to see how it was Reiko, I think was her name.
Mm-hmm.
How she reacts to that.
She laughs, and maybe she looks a little guilty. Like perhaps she has something to do with that. You don't know. Yeah, Connor's like, "Come on, get in the box, get in the box."
Jeez, this guy is really ripped.
He's like he's like Al Roboski. He's the mad Hungarian, except not. Yeah, Connor's ready. He wants to strike you out. He wants to get out of this inning.
So I'm gonna stand with one foot in the box and stretch out and take my practice swigs, get my bat up. Oh, actually, I'm left-handed. My bat up here.
Cool. His challenge rating has now gone to a 4, down to a 4 because you guys have hit him around a little bit. He's a little bit
I say to Leon, it's a really nice robe. Have you ever been to the Galarian Estates? I mean, probably not because you live here.
Looks nice, man. Looks real comfortable. I really hope he doesn't hit you in the ear.
Hey, I want to let you know, I'm not bunting, so don't worry. You don't have to play the bunt.
Oh, thank God. My knees. It's been a long season, man. Long season, you know?
They make us play 163 now, huh?
Mm.
All right, I'm going to hit a home right here, so that'll save you some trouble.
You going to call your shot? I mean, why not? Throw some bucks around?
I'm definitely not pointing. It's just between you and me, so you tell people if I do hit it, you tell them I called it.
I will. I'll tell them, man. And then he drops a 1. And
everybody's betting against me. So this is with disadvantage for the
hit
initial roll. All right.
Yep.
And it's just a straight under 12. There's a chance dice could do this. Let's see what happens. They did not do it. They turned out they did not.
But also an 18. All right. So I'll give you a little bit of narration. It's the thing where you pop, not even a run scores. So do you actually get bat on ball, or does he strike you out, JJ?
I think I managed to foul one off, and then strike out on a foul tip. That, like, if you've ever played baseball and just hit it on the wrong part of the bat and you feel your hands tingle and it's just awful, that's what that's like. Just like, ha, ha, ha. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this guy, he's in the high 90s, so that definitely is a thing that you will not forget soon. And there's just the Goblins side of the stadium are all clapping as you head back, and that's 2 outs. Ghost K is the guy who's gonna come up to bat. Still 2 men on. You guys are up still 4-1. You could really bust it wide open. Keith, who do you hand it off to?
I don't remember who's gone. So I think Walter. Does that sound?
I think it's Walter.
Yeah,
okay.
I handed it to you, so yeah.
Okay. So with my tingling hands, I'm trying to reach into my pocket and get the dollars out that I now owe everybody.
All right. So now we've got a D8 team usage die. Is what I'm rolling.
That is correct.
All right. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So D8 and 5.
All right, with a 5 on the usage die, that is a single or a walk. So what does that look like? I'm going to be mean and say that it's either a single or a walk that no run scores. And by mean, it means I can put in more pressure on you, David Williams. So what does that look like? Does he end up getting walked or hit or?
Yeah, he's wild and he's angry, and I actually think it's kind of a dramatic moment where not only does he hit Gosuke, but there's kind of like a little bit of like this, like people are kind of like, wait, that seemed like intentional, like that was kind of like a little out of bounds, but people are like, it's a charity game, it's like, be cool. Everyone's kind of like, be cool. um but it was kind of ugly, actually. It was, people were like, wow, that's not cool.
Nice. I'm going to add a little bit to that and say that Gosuke actually asked he asked the coach to take him out. Just, he tries to wave to the crowd and everything, but he ends up going out, and so a pinch runner comes in. We'll say that Robbie Jackson, the center fielder, will be coming in for Gosuke, which of course he's an outfielder, so he's just pinch running, and we'll do that. Cool. So with Robbie on, oh my goodness, could this be a repeat? Because there are 3 men on, 2 outs,
and 2 outs in the 8th. Wait a minute, I've been here before. All right, now I don't have a. All right, let's see.
You got it, Davey.
And I think this is where one of my abilities kicks in. Let's see. Let's see. Roll with advantage. No. When runners are on base, roll with advantage. On effect die after a successful hit. Okay.
Which means you don't need to roll for the fences. You don't need to swing for the fences. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So I could just do like a regular to hit. Okay. So here we go. And my hitting is
anybody
12.
doing teamwork pool?
I thought about it.
He's loaded.
Advantage if he hits. So.
Well, I could get an advantage for the hit roll, right? For the D20
right. He's rolling a single D20. Just throwing it out there, not trying to pressure anybody.
All right. Sounds like all the pressure's on me. Here goes. Oh, 13.
Oh man. Oh, and I think it's like one of those where you crack of the bat. It's 2 outs, right? Guys are running on the hit, and you're halfway towards second when finally going up a little bit. Jonah Taz, center fielder, goes up. He catches it, and it's one of those where the glove kind of like the glove goes back a little bit, right? And if he didn't have good hold of it, but when he comes back, the ball's in the glove, he shows it, right? And he comes running down, he tucks it under, runs it all the way in, and there's a big and that's it. David, you almost got another.
That's it. So close.
Grand salami. And so that is the end of the 8th. You guys took two runs. You're now up 4-1. And when you take the field for defense, Hoijun shifts over to play second, or play short. He already was. And Devin is now your second baseman. So Gosuke or Robbie Jackson is out because they don't want him playing the infield even during a game that is for charity. And so we will move Devin up. It's kind of a double switch deal. We'll move Devin up. And right now pitching is, we're going to say, is Chaze Bear is the pitcher. And so let's see, who do you want to make the role? You're the last to go. Walter, so who do you pass it off to for the opponent, basically the opposition half inning diamond crawl roll?
Yeah, let's send this back to Jim.
All right, and it's the first time where you guys get to roll a D12 and a D8 for the diamond crawl.
Yeah, nice. All right, so D12, D8. I've got a 6.
It's not awesome. On a 6, the opponent ties the score. Oh my goodness, Chaz gets shellacked. as the Pathfinders blow up. I think Richard Fecteau gets on base. Baldwin hits a 2-run homer. And after that, Julian Leon hits a home run. And now coming into the top of the ninth, the score is even up 4-4. And let's see. David was so now it's Terrence Robertson will come up to bat because the inning ended on David. Boy, it is good that you say that teamwork died. Good call. Terrence up to bat. Jim, who do you want to roll for him?
Pass to Keith.
All right, Terrence. We are still a D8 on the teamwork, right?
You are.
Yeah, teamwork.
Team usage, yeah.
Team use, that's what it is. Just roll straight D8, and he got a 3.
A 3. Okay, on a 3, that is an out, but the die size remains the same. What's it look like for Robertson when he comes up to bat? Oh, by the way, Connor Riley is no longer pitching.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, let me quickly stick in that they've got in their closer, Chris Rodriguez, who doesn't have nearly the smoke or heat as Connor, but he actually can find the plate. And he's a pretty tricky pitcher. He's got a lot of sinker, slider, a lot of movement.
And this is probably the era where everyone whose last name is Rodriguez is first initial Rod.
Yeah, there's so many Rodriguez's on the team.
Yeah, so I think it's just there's too much movement for Terrence. Like he's ready to park one, and now the ball just dances away from his bat.
Nice. Cool. So he strikes out maybe on like 4 pitches. And then all of a sudden we hear They Might Be Giants playing over the loudspeakers as Don't Let's Start. Oh, man, I love that. I love it. I love it. And so there's one out, and you're up to bat, Ski.
I'll butt myself on.
Oh, there you go.
Because that's going to drive him up a goddamn wall, too.
It's true, but although just Connor's actually been they took him out.
They took him out. Okay, all right, okay, cool, all right.
Yeah, this is Rodriguez, Chris Rodriguez, who's their actual closer, and is really cool, collected pitcher. He smiles when you come up. Actually,
yes,
like he thinks this whole stuff he's been doing is hilarious. He was watching him from the bullpen.
Yeah, and so I do that thing where I come up and I take a couple of swings, and then I like dramatically point at the infield, and then my hand comes down to like somewhere between like him and the first baseman, like just off of the first base line, and then I step into the box, and so yeah.
You lay down that perfect bunt to get on base.
Yeah.
Beautiful, sweet. So yeah,
but I called it. I called that bunt. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing where I think Richard Fecteau, who's the third baseman, he like charges the ball and he's thinking it's going to roll out, but it's one of those where it's just he grabs it up,
dribbles along the line. Yeah,
you're already off first.
It's got chalk on it when he picks it up. So yeah, that's
chalk on it. That's perfect. Tim Lynch comes up. Who do you want to roll for him?
Let's roll it back and have let's go back the other way. Keith, why don't you go ahead and do it?
Yeah. Muted Keith.
Oh, sorry. Not doing well with that today. So we've got a lot of NPCs before.
We do.
So
you have the choice where if you want to drop the diamond crawl to fast forward through this inning, you can. But it would pretty much end the game.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I'm just wondering when I want to drop this teamwork die on somebody.
Cool.
So, yeah, I guess now's a good time to do it. So, I'm sitting next to Tim and talking about, so what Little Bird would do in this situation.
Tim's like, yeah, please tell me.
No, he got called up to the bigs. Right? I saw him today. He nearly had a homer. He nearly had a home run in the big leagues. So what he would do is he's going to wait this guy out, right? Because he's going to want to dance around that powerful bat of yours, but it's not going to happen. You're going to wait him out, and he's going to throw you a heater down the middle, right? Definitely.
We'll see, man. We'll see. This guy actually knows how to pitch, though. He goes up to bat.
All right, let's see. So we're D8. We'll take the best. Oh, I got a 7 on that one. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 7.
All right, and previous version of the usage die would have been a triple, but since triples never happen, you're going with 7.
Yeah.
Cool. So that is a double. Yeah, you hit a double. That Stosh. If you want to leg it out, you have a chance to score here, or you can just hold up and be on third. Your choice.
Because it'll be second and third if we do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we got
second and third if you don't leg it out.
We got 1 out, right?
Correct, because Terrence struck out.
I've got a team. Does anybody have teamwork left?
Just you.
Just me, and I can't use it on myself.
Nope.
The one person he couldn't help was himself.
Yeah, it's not, and that's stealing. Roll with advantage when testing speed to catch a long fly ball. Nope, I'll hold up at third.
All right, cool.
If we get a long fly ball, I can come in.
Yeah. It's cool. So with 1 out, 2 men on, man on second and third. Hoy Jum Park comes up, who's now your Goblins starting shortstop. So who do you pass it off to, Keith?
Walter, bring it home for Hoy.
You are muted, Walter.
All right, so team usage die is still a D8, huh? That's a good thing. All right, let's do this. Oh, a 1.
Oh, not only is it an out, the team usage die steps down a die size. And I think this is a thing where it's a hit because it's a 1. He hits a hard liner to the shortstop. Second baseman sneaking into second. And unfortunately, Stosh, you're fine. You're still on third, but he gets doubled up. Lynch was on second, and he'd taken just too far. Like he thought this was a seeing eye single, right? And he gets doubled up, and they pull a double play, and that ends the inning. So the top of the 9th, you guys get some guys on base, but leave them stranded. And now we come to the bottom of the 9th. Walter, who do you want to roll the team, not the team usage die, but the opposition half inning chart diamond call?
Well, let's see. It's tied up at the moment, right? So we'll go into another inning if they don't.
Yeah, you certainly will.
All right, but if they do pull ahead, it's over. So I'm gonna send it to Keith.
This is a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, I know you can handle it.
So this is a D12 plus a D6 because the team die dropped down. Okay.
Oh, it sure is.
All right. 1. Oh, it's a 7.
Okay. All right. On opposition half with a 7, the player team pitcher knocked out of the game. But I'm going to say that it's not the end of the game because that would be boring. So Chaz is knocked out of the game, and then you guys have to bring in Michael King, who's normally your closer. And he... Looking at the time. It's good if we go on to the 10th. You guys, is that exciting or okay, good. So Michael, base is loaded, 1 out. Michael comes in and he pitches lights out. Strikes out Artemis. They bring in a pinch hitter for Chris Rodriguez, a guy by the name of Steven Wren. And Wren strikes out as well. And you guys go into the top of the 10th inning, and it is all tied up. Now, it's all the marbles. And Hoy was the last batter, if I remember correctly. So Brick will be up to bat. Brick, who's got the slightly hurt arm.
And I think the dice go to Jim for Brick.
Cool. So let me real quick just say,
I'm just going to do Diamond Crawl for this.
yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Do you guys want any opportunities to try to refresh your teamwork pool? Do you imagine any kind of scene like that, or do we want to just go ahead and keep pushing forward? I'm just throwing it in there because it's been a long game.
So can you add a teamwork die to the Diamond Crawl roll?
You certainly can.
Yeah, I did that.
I've got a point left, so I'll add my teamwork die to the Diamond Crawl roll.
Okay.
And let's see what happens.
2d12, 2d6.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna delete selected. All right, so we got 2d6 and 2d12. Oh, so and then can we? No. So I roll a d6 and a d12, and we see what that result is.
No, you roll 2d6, 2d12. Just pick the best of the.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you.
And we can talk about it in feedback if you know what your thoughts are after.
I'm gonna take the 6 and the 5.
Holy crap, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So cool. So with an 11-player defensive opportunity to stop a rally. So I'm going to say that you guys score at the top of the 10th. It's one of those where you squeeze out, get a guy on base, you move him, and then there's a gapper, and this is the defensive opportunity to stop a rally. So you guys got one run. We're in the bottom of the 10th, and they have 2 guys on. We'll say that there is 1 out. So there are 2 guys on. And there is a long fly ball. They're tagging up, and it comes right to you, Ski. And so you know you can make the catch.
Yeah.
That's not even a roll. The roll is if you can get the ball in quick enough before that guy scores.
All right. So. All right, here we go. So I'm just rolling so what is this? Just straight up.
You're rolling fielding.
Fielding. Oh, I'm rolling fielding. Okay, all right. So I roll with disadvantage when testing fielding.
Yeah.
Now, is that just for catching, or is that for throwing the ball
It's
in?
fielding. Yeah, fielding is catching and throwing because
Okay.
early iteration I had an arm ready to go like
Just
that.
a disadvantage. So I need to roll under a
12.
I've got a 12, so I need to roll 11 or less on both dice.
Mm-hmm.
Which I did not. I got it on one, but not the other. So
Cool. All right. So you catch it, but it was so deep, and it's one of those where you throw it, and it felt like it was a good throw, but Gosuke cuts it off.
Yes. Yeah.
And because he crosses the plate, and they tie up the game. So now it's 5-5, and you guys get out of the inning. But they have scored it. They've tied the score tied the score. Yes, that's the words I wanted to say. It's late. And so we go to the top of the 11th. Jim, who do you want to roll or make the decision here?
I'll kick it right back to Walter.
Sweet. And so since we fast forwarded through the 10th, I'm going to say that you are up to bat. David, if you want to, or you can roll the diamond crawl.
Let's see. I mean, is everybody? Let's see. Where are we in the whole batting order here? So it would be me, and then Ski would be coming up again. So I mean, I could go either way. Should we roll our individual at bats? How's that sound, Jim? You'd probably get an at bat too. All right, let's do it. So yeah, right. I'll take the at bat. So I'll get my one roll, my 1d20. Go ahead and hit that off.
Go for it.
And 16.
Okay, with
Okay.
the 16, that is not below your hitting, unfortunately. So the pitcher is as yet undefined, but I will grab him. It is not their closer. So it's Sam Pastroni. It's one of the older team members. And Sam comes up, and I think it's one of those where you end up popping out. Like you
Yep.
hit one, it's a good hit, but it's a little bit out. It looks like you're hoping maybe it will go into the stands. But the third baseman, who is third baseman, Richter Fecteau, he kind of does that lean over and he snags it out of the air, and you're out. And so Terrence comes up. Walter, who would you like to roll the team usage die?
Send that to Keith.
Okay.
All right. Terrence, I don't think we can help you out at all, buddy, so we're just going to roll this D6 straight. Oops. I think, is somebody else in the die roller right now? Because stuff's moving around. We got a 4.
Ooh, a 4 is a Walker Hipper pitch. So what happens when Terrence comes up to bat? How does he get on?
So let's see. Who's their pitcher now?
Their pitcher, Sam Pastroni.
Okay.
He's Italian.
Sam Calzone. Got it. I think it's a walk. Yeah. It's just Terrence shows surprisingly good patience for someone that likes to rip it out of the park. Actually, no, he doesn't. It's just nothing gets close enough. They're pitching around him a little bit.
He's like wiggling the bat. He really wants it, but he never gets served one up. Pastroni walks him, 5 pitches and 1 man out, 1 man on, and you come up. They might be Giants playing over the lovely loudspeakers.
All right, I'm just gonna try and hit it where they're not. I think that's what we're doing at this point. So,
all right, go for it. Roll that D20.
My hitting is at 13, so I'm looking for a 12 or less. Oh, there's 15. Nope.
All right, so you hit the ball. It advances runner, fielder's choice. They throw you out in first. It's one of those kind of dribbles to the shortstop. He looks across. Robertson's about to make it on, even though he has a force, and he goes to first. And so now Tim Lynch is up with 2 outs. And I think, who do you pass it to, Jim?
Back to Keith.
Okay.
Okie dokie. This is, sorry, who is this that's batting now?
Tim Lynch is batting. Terrence Robertson's on second with 2 men out. And you have a D6 in the team usage die.
Nothing to be done for that. That's a 3.
Okay, on a 3, that is an out. So what was Tim's out look like? He's a guy who hit a home run earlier in the day.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, he scorches it. It's a frozen rope. And the shortstop just somehow leaps up and makes a snow cone grab. And Tim's just halfway down the first base line, and he just deflates like.
Robertson was already like doing the curve around third, and that's when Juan Moreno makes that amazing catch, and the Pathfinder crowd goes wild. Like they give renewed energy, and then that's the end of the 11th inning. And the Pathfinder crowd is on their feet, and they start stomping. And who, Keith, would you like to roll the opposition half?
All right, Jim. Get us another bat.
Have we skipped Walter? I think that would be me going twice without
maybe
Walter going, I think.
So. All right. So Walter's up.
All right. So we're doing a D12 plus D6 on the
D12
opposition half. All right. Boom. And I need a new D12 here. So I'll take one of those and one of those. And here goes. Oh, an 8 and a 6. So that's a 14.
Ooh, all right.
That's pretty good.
14. Yeah. Defensive highlight opportunity. Now, if you succeed at this, Unfortunately, it pushes into the 12th inning, but it also would increase your team usage die, which you'd carry into the next season if we had one. So, David, the highlight opportunity is that Roberto Baldoquin is up to bat, and Jonah Todd is on second base. And Baldoquin, he launches one, and it's like it's not going to hit the ground. It is going to go in a straight line all the way down, hit the outfield wall before it hits the ground. But if you can dive and kind of grab that out of the air, then you guys will end the inning. Otherwise, Jonah Todd is going to score.
Okay, so that's just going to be a regular fielding check for me.
It is. It is. It would be a challenge rating of 3, but you are a good enough level to where it would not affect you. So.
All right. And my fielding is 11, so I need a 10 or less. All right, here it goes. A 2.
Wow, cool. So you catch that. What is it? Is it one of those where you go like Superman catching it, or what? What's it look like?
Yeah, I think so. I picked a picture. Oh no, that's a different one. Yeah, I think it's just full on Superman. It is just like a shot, and I just dive for it, and I'm straight out like a plank when it hits
Before
my
you even
glove.
think about it, kind of thing.
I just land flat on the dirt. Yeah, yep, yeah. It was all reflexes.
Nice, and Baldoquin just shakes his head like, I can't believe that guy made that play. And it showed on the Jumbotron, like during the change, there's a little bit of business minor league, right? So they still have a little bit of the kids running, like they do the spinning on the bat thing where the kids have to stick their heads on the bat and run around in circles and then try to run down the first base line. But up on the Jumbotron, they keep cutting back to that play. And that is a defensive highlight opportunity. So you get to go ahead and up the team usage die.
Nice. That is going to be useful. Thank goodness. All right.
Cool.
We got a D8 now.
All right, and let me move everything over one row because we are now going into the 12th inning.
Ooh. Maybe we should just roll the diamond crawl from now on. This game's going on a while.
Sorry.
I'm enjoying it, but it's
Can we get going long enough that a position player will have to pitch? That's the real question.
I think that might be happening soon. Yeah, I think that is a possibility. It is a game for charity. Maybe a team, Baldoquin comes up to pitch. I don't know. Yeah. Cool. So, Walter, who are you passing it off to?
I'll pass it on to Jim.
All right. Jimbo, what do you want to do?
Diamond crawl.
All right. Cool.
So remind me what I'm rolling here.
You are rolling a D12 plus a D8 because of the defensive highlight opportunity.
Nice. All right. So I got a D12 plus a D8, and I'm looking for high here is what I want.
You are, and is
we're always looking for high.
Yeah, you're always looking for high on the diamond crawls.
How's actually 17 work?
17 is an offensive highlight opportunity. So I'm gonna say that it's got to be Ski, right? So you come up to bat, 2 outs, and Sam Pastroni is still in, although he's looking a little winded. And I'm gonna say that David is on second base. And again, 2 outs. David's on second, and you are up to bat. What do you want to do?
So the highlight opportunity, I've got, like, am I still rolling hitting and stuff like that?
Yeah. And that's a really good question. The highlight opportunity just means that if you're successful, it would up your team usage die.
Okay. So I think what's going to happen is, I hit what looks like a pretty routine single and just don't stop when I hit first. Basically, like, daring them to throw me out at second so that he can score.
That's crazy. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and have you roll leg it out. Then
right.
That sounds good.
So what does anyone? Oh, everybody else used up their teamwork. We should have taken that opportunity to refresh it.
So it that way.
So this is leg it out is just straight up speed.
It is.
Okay. So I've got a 13. There's no roll with advantage because I'm not trying to steal here. I'm just legging it out. So.
All right, let's see it.
That's a 20.
Dang. Please roll the injury die as you glide.
Yeah.
Your ankle twists a little bit. Let's see how bad it is.
D6 for me. So that's a 2.
Awesome. Okay, so you take 2 hit points of damage. You just tweak your ankle just a little bit, but you're able to stay in. It's one of those where you kind of limp at the end of the inning. And I'm going to just kind of check. We're 10 minutes from end of game, and it looks like this game may never end. So
you know what? In a charity game, calling it as a tie so that the owners can like hand each other $1, like in a big ceremony, is actually kind of an awesome way to end the game.
I think so too. Are you guys okay with that?
Cool. Yeah, it occurs to me that they might not have even have gone to extra innings, but yeah, at this point, that's a good solution.
Yeah, maybe they had
12 innings is it's 12. I think some of the fans, it's like it's already postseason. Like some of the fans are already starting to leave, and they're like, yeah, it's time.
Cool. Loudspeakers announcement that to call the game a draw and tie. Then all of a sudden there's a little bit of a ceremony going on as
I'm sure they showed on the jumbotron as they're laughing and shaking hands and handing each other $1. That's they
hand $1. He turns around, he hands them the same $1 back. And,
that's great. Yeah.
And
I'm imagining even the mascots are like doing a jig together.
Mascots doing a jig together. It's great. It's like mass hysteria. Dogs and cats, mascots living together. You guys come out for the little bit of like shake of hands team unity thing where you guys go across. And you have to and Connor won't come out. Like he's been sent to the showers and he doesn't come out again. But Baldoquin, Julio Leon, and all the other members of the Pathfinders, Jonah Todd, Pastroni, all those guys, they come out and shake hands with you guys. And anything you guys wanted to do before we bring this to a close? All right, so let's do real quick, just, brief scene, closing, like end of credits type deal. If you want Stan Lee to show up, you're welcome to. This will be effectively your epilogue as we put this thing to bed. But I'm curious what it is we see with each of you guys. If you want to narrate your guys getting called up, you've done well enough. I'm perfectly happy with that too. If it's other business, that sounds fine. Who would like to go first in our quick epilogues?
I'm pretty happy with that. Eric showed up, so I think I think at the end of the game, Eric and I have our arms around each other, and we're talking about how great the season went, and I'm telling him how glad I am that he stopped by, and and I see Juanita and Eddie up in the stands and wave to them, and definitely it's kind of bittersweet at the end of the season because I know I'm going to be moving out of Eddie and Juanita's place in a couple more days, and be saying goodbye to them, and it's going to be that's gonna hurt a little bit. I'm really going to miss them, but it's been a good season.
And Inez came to the game too because she goes to college here in Galarian, so it was really easy for her to make the trip. And so she waves at you as well. You see that Reiko is like that after all the handshaking, that Devin went up into the stands and he's chatting with Reiko, and so there's a little bit of that business going on. That's really cool. Eric's thankful. He gives you a quick hug and you guys chat for a little bit about hitting and that's good. Awesome. Who'd like to go next with their epilogue?
I'll go ahead. I think the Ski, as soon as they do the thing with the shaking hands, Ski is up into the stands and specifically finding the Gauntlet City fans that made the trip and posing for pictures and like jokingly, like, you know, like posing for pictures where we're like both holding a dollar bill, like we're making a bet of some kind and stuff like this. Um, uh, and I think that uh, I don't know, like I suspect that what happens, I think Ski's epilogue is that his dad being sick means he's got to kind of take over helping the family run the business. And he ends up having to hang up his spikes. And he becomes a, you know, I think he becomes a, you know, like, and I suspect that like just a few years later, we kind of, you know, like you know, we see him hang up the spikes. He's playing gigs and stuff like this. He's, you know, like maybe gone a little bit to seed, kind of started to fill out like his dad, you know. But you know, we see the thing that says 5 years later, and it's the lady reporter there. And we're getting married.
Yay! Ski is Jane. Ski is Jane. That's the best. That's so exciting.
Yeah. So like I think that's one of those things where like when I was playing ball, I didn't feel like I could be with her, but if I'm not playing ball anymore, then we can get together. And also cool, like we also learned that she was not into me just because I was a ball player, which is a cool thing. So
that's true. That's
like
true.
That.
It's not a thing.
It's a little like a you know a check mark for her. So
it's probably good that she wasn't into you.
Enough ball players to not date one, yeah.
Yeah.
She's been in the locker room.
Keith, for JJ, what do we see?
So I think what ends up happening, I'm gonna fast forward around a little bit. It's the start of the next season, and he gets an invite to spring training with the Bigs. And he puts on quite a show with his notable asset of speed, but ultimately there's just not enough of the other stuff going on. He like the larger outfield is too much, the ability to get hits off the major league pitching, and you know some of the fans are saying, oh, you know, just think of how we could use him off the bench. And he's a fairly hot topic on sports radio for a little bit, but ultimately doesn't break camp with the team. And the same thing happens the year after that. And, yeah, and eventually they say, look, it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen for you. But as part of the tradition that Ski has started of like the charity game at the end of the year now, where there's all these bets and craziness and stuff, on one of those he ends up doing color commentary on the radio, and that works into a full-time gig. And eventually, although he's not on the field, he does end up on the Diamondbacks radio broadcast team for the away games, not the home games to start. He has to do the traveling.
Oh man, that is great. That is really, really cool. And that will bring the game part of the game to a close. Those are some lovely epilogues. I really appreciate it, guys. So let's just take a moment, do that D roll, and kind of step away from playing your characters. Just let it out here. Take off the I got my little ring there, and let's do our feedback as we bring things to a close. Think back over the 4 sessions. Think about the rules changes that I made. Think about this one session. Keep in mind that extra innings only happens certain times, but hey, maybe some of the changes contributed to that. We'll find out. Really curious what you guys thought about the game. We will start with Thorns. Thorns are any aspect that was confusing or disappointing or missed opportunities, or wouldn't it be nice if it went X way or Y way? I will say that as I was thinking through this, I still have the note, and I haven't added to the doc, of like the Worldwide Wrestling sheet of different wrestling moves, to have something like that for the for baseball is definitely something I'll have targeted. It's just something I haven't gotten to yet. Been thinking about how I believe the catcher has a special feature of they can never leg it out. I'm going to change that to with disadvantage, and probably want to have maybe a pre-selected. I don't know if I can get it. I could probably get away with put pre-selected walk-up songs as suggestions. I think so. Yeah, I could probably do that. So I think it would be a helpful thing if we have walk-up songs for NPCs sometimes. Those are the main notes right off the top of my head that I had as we were going on, but I have some other thoughts, but I don't want to steal any more limelight from you. Who would like to start us off with Thorns?
I can start off. One of the things I noticed today was when we roll stuff in when we're not in the game, when we roll leadership or likability or whatever, it's a narrative branch, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of, I'm realizing now that there doesn't feel like there's any mechanical weight to that. That it's
like
kind
no
of
tie back to what happens on the field kind of
there's
thing.
Like kind of just a coin flip. Does someone's, does this girl go out with him or not? Do these people can you charm the girl at the desk or not? And kind of if we're going to take a page from PBTA, then we go to the dice when it matters, and it changes something about the state of the narrative or the state of the fiction. And I didn't feel like this evening, like when I made that likability roll at the hotel desk, she just said, "Yeah, no, you can't use the shuttle," and we all took the van, and all it was just a narrative blip.
Yeah,
with
fair enough.
No kind of effect there. Now that may be fine. That may be sufficient. That may be why that's there, and we decide that happens. But it does put a lot of pressure on you to kind of just sort of decide almost arbitrarily when those die rolls happen. Like they don't have any kind of triggers discernible to us as players.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean,
maybe not. Sorry, let me rephrase. The triggers are vague.
That I completely agree with.
Oh. So like kind of that was my main thing that I noticed this evening. Was like feeling like that happened a couple times where like we made a roll, and whether it went if it went well, that's great. We got, like the narrative went in the direction we wanted. If it didn't, it took a slight blip, and then we were back on the kind of the main track without it really being effective.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of like GMing. I just off the cuff, like, oh, what do I do on a fail like this? Like, what's the worst possible thing? And I didn't want to make a Monster Hearts game. I'm like, sure, with your so and so. I do feel like I had a missed opportunity with some of the business going on at Hooters where it could have been teamwork pool related. You guys could have gotten a couple points of teamwork pool, and I think that would have tied back a little bit. But yeah, that one calling for the roll up probably should just like let it happen. Putting it to dice was just one of those where Rich said, "Wow, we haven't rolled dice in a while. Let's roll dice because it's a game. You got to roll dice in a game." Yeah. But there was no tea. There was no real,
and I mean, like it's certainly possible to have that be a thing where like if you charm her, the shuttle takes you and it picks you up at the end. But if it doesn't, then there's some repercussion to that because we get back wicked late or something like that.
It could have been a one like, you take the shuttle, but you're going to get back late. That could have been
So, but it's like that was the main thing that I noticed this evening. So that was kind of it.
Thank you, Jim. Who else who'd like to go next?
I'll go next. So I have one thing I was thinking about from this time and one thing in general. I think minor rows first. I think that the times when we are not the active players are getting more understandable and like getting better results and making more sense, adding on the team usage die and stuff. But a side effect of that was I was starting to get confused about what dice am I rolling now to make what happen, because it's not me, so it's going to be like, oh, I need a D12 plus this one as opposed to a D20 or a, okay. So that got confusing today, but I think that's something that can be straightened out.
Yeah, I don't think the rule set is not it's not at all clear. I feel like I've kind of bolted on all these ideas, but I need to make another pass to make it nice and clear and to have some cheat sheets for this is what you do here. I absolutely agree with that.
But I think in general, the idea of adding on the team die makes a lot of sense. Like, how's the team doing? Use the team die for that as well. Throughout this and also the other time I got to play as JJ, I was wondering about his stats and position being potentially game-breaking. At least, I mean, having an 18 speed and rolling with advantage to steal is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times when I was like, I'm not going to do it just because I don't think it's realistic for him to keep doing this over and over and over again, even though the game player in me was like, this is the optimal move to continue to do it. Like, I will bunt to get on first, steal 2 bases, and then be ready to score every time. And some of that was like, I should do it also for the team, because if I roll 10 under my score, then we all benefit from increasing the team usage die. So there was a little bit of, I should be doing this, but I don't want to do it because it wouldn't be fun to succeed on that one thing over and over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. Like how best to tweak that. Maybe it's I worry about putting too many micro economies in the game. You know, of like saying you can only do this twice. Sure, we could do that, but then that's yet another little thing to track. And so I'll have to think about a way to solve for that.
And it could also be, hey, it's super unlikely that that's going to come up. Like the fact that I got such a good roll the first time, and I think I rolled over to advance it twice. That was pretty unlikely.
It is. It may be just thing of like you're super fast, and the GM's move is to call you up. Sorry, guess what? You're so fast. They want you on the pro team, even if you ride the behind most of the time.
That could be the thing too. Like, yeah, you are so good at that. You're not a character anymore. Like, oh, fair enough.
I mean, like for us, it's like a dick move. Like I could see how it could be perceived as a dick move, but from reality's sake, if you really are that incredible, why are you not on the pro team?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually had trouble justifying to myself for a moment there, why did they not call him up? And that's why I even kind of prefaced it. But
yeah, because he wants to play another session. Now, and I guess the thing you could do, like, to mitigate it as, you know, as a person, I might be like, well, that was my player and I cared, or my character and I cared about him, and he's gone. And you'd be like, but now you get to add +2 to one of your rolls for your new character, or like some kind of meta advancement between the characters for the player. Like, all right, I lost that, but now I get to do this fun thing. And as a player, I was like, a lot of those other positions look fun too, so I wouldn't mind playing a middle infielder or a catcher or something like that. That would be interesting. I would like try sometime. That would give me a chance to do it with like a little bit of boost to it.
That's a really good suggestion. Like some kind of, I remember in Legend of the Five Rings that if you ended up committing seppuku with your character, I can't remember if it was second edition, first. If you ended up committing seppuku, like there's a certain amount of honor, or so some benefits I remember you could pass on to the next character. There was like okay, yeah, this character's story's done, but here's you, the player, getting some kind of advantage to roll into the next character. And I think it might have helped where Greg's concerned about having to flip over and play brick, that, you know, if maybe he'd had that advantage going forward, it might have made it less painful. That's a really good suggestion. Thank you, Keith. Anything else?
No, that was it.
Walter, what thorns did you have, sir?
Let's see. So, I suppose what I'm thinking about is that there's, and maybe this is similar to what Jim was talking about, is that there's kind of like two games. There's the baseball game, and then there's the personal stuff. And it feels like the personal stuff, I mean, a lot of the die rolls make sense, and we've had a lot of fun telling these side stories, but it didn't feel like there were any stakes. And in particular, it didn't feel like it really meshed necessarily. It was almost like a separate game, and I'm kind of thinking about like movies. Like there's a movie Sugar. Have you seen that? It's about a minor league baseball player, and one of the kind of main plot lines in that is that he's and he just really misses home, and it ends up affecting his play, right? And he ends up leaving and just to like find community. That's kind of like one of the main stories. And I'm just kind of wondering if there's like maybe some way to tie everything together a little bit, so that it feels like there's more stakes in what's happening in our personal life, or maybe even both ways, right? Like maybe you're like, we really value like home life, or keeping a relationship together, and and like the baseball's interfering with that, right? And maybe there's like, oh, my player has to decide like what's more important, family or playing the game or something. So that's my thought.
That's really interesting. Earlier iterations of this game, the struggle of, do I keep playing this kid's game with the very like less than a 1% chance of making it to the bigs, that was a stronger part of the game, or at least in the way that I was kind of mentally focusing on trying to develop it. And once I latched onto the Black Hack, like playing the game became pretty fun, and the off the field stuff kind of just sets up stuff on the field. But the struggle of like, will I keep doing this thing, is, I feel like it's kind of fallen away. So I hear what you're saying. I think that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Anything else, Walter?
That was it.
Okay. So Walter, we stick with you because it's Snake Order. What roses did you have from the game or the series?
I really like the Diamond Crawl. It's interesting that it went into 12 innings. I'm curious if that was just a fluke, or if there's something in the current iteration that can make that happen more often. But overall, I feel like the pacing and the tension and the chance for highlights is really good. So I'm really enjoying the game. The last two games.
Good. Thank you very much. Keith, what roses did you have?
One thing that I really liked about this session in particular was that we did group downtime, which I thought gave us a chance to see the BPC interactions more, whereas I think other times it's kind of been on your own. So that was fun. And I also finally kind of got the idea of why you made 10 below your target being increased team usage die. It's kind of like saying, you're good at this, try it. Because the higher your score, the more likely it is to happen. And I'm like, oh, now I see how it works. So I should be going for opportunities to use speed, for example, because that'll benefit the whole team. And that was a feedback loop I hadn't noticed before, but once I did, I thought it was really cool, and I was excited to try it out.
Great, thank you. That's very heartening to hear, Keith. Jim, what about you?
I mean, stars to all my fellow players for one of the things that I think is cool that I really liked, that I think we're still kind of all of us kind of mulling over whether it's a feature or a bug, is that felt like when a game goes to 12 innings. Like, and you're like, this is cool and it's exciting, but Christ, it's been 4.5 hours, and and it kind of had that thing where it's like, we still want to win, but man, we want the game to be over too, and wouldn't it be cool if we could just call a tie? And so we just did. We just called a tie, which I really like. I thought that was the perfect outcome. That was
I kind of love it too.
I loved that we ended up that way. That was really cool. I like that a lot. Keith, thank you. Stars to you for kind of JJ playing along with Ski's doofy stuff. Being the kind of the 2-man comedy team. I love that. And that was a lot of fun. And Walter, we're continuing to see David be like more tuned into what's going on at a level above than maybe he is with everybody, you know, like with his fellow ball players. Because it's kind of cool because you played him as like a little clueless about what was actually really no kidding going on, but earnestly wanting to like not trying to prank anybody or anything like that, but like clearly like, you know, not necessarily actually understanding what the best thing to do in this situation was. And I really liked how you played that. That was a lot of fun.
Thanks. I really I loved the whole interaction with the dollar bills too. I forgot to mention that for stars. That was all phenomenal. And
It was crazy. I loved it.
And yeah, and Keith, that was great. Just bringing in Devin at Hooters, that entire sequence that ended up snowballing throughout the game. So that was a lot of fun.
Really paid off. That was great. Rose to all you guys for giving this a shot, for giving great feedback, for being attentive, for being game to try out new stuff, for your teamwork as players throughout the group, throughout the sessions. I really, really enjoyed these. And these sessions have meant a lot to me. They've been my Christmas gift for you guys. So thank you all so much. And we will go ahead and stop the broadcast here. Thank you guys.